Hello. Are we live?
Yes.
All right. Well, good day, everybody. It's Friday, and uranium is up. Yes. Hey. Very excited. Uranium up. I felt it was going to be up because 8 o'clock in the morning, I saw the earnings report.
I'm checking.
And I was like, all right, this is good. So welcome, everybody. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Join the Pantelis Nation. I see a lot of you are enjoying my French cast of the week with fellow hood rat, Saint-Breton. He's from the hood of Quebec Village. Different hoods.
What?
Cool dude. If you like that one, well, I got another one for you. If you're on the Patreon today, right after this show, new French cast with another Sam Sear this time. Bam, active. Just that's all you gotta do is go on the Patreon and watch that stuff. It's very cool. Poseidon dropped a new episode of In Bed Poseidon yesterday. He had our friends from the old 4H podcast, Alex and Viron, were in here with him. A lot of debaucherous things happened. We know this because the table is loose. One can only imagine what kind of adventures were had. And if you want to know what they were, patreon.com/Pantelis, In Bed Poseidon is up there right now. Am I right?
Yep.
Was it a good enough episode?
It was an excellent
Earthquake of an episode. That's why things here are loose and they're shaking. The man in front of me.
Hey.
Lost his will to live a long time ago, but not before he lost his hair.
What?
It's Phil. Jiggity. Whenever I feel like doing a podcast, I'll do one. Balabanos.
That's not true. I did a podcast. It releases on Sunday. Every Sunday, fill my hole.
Every second, third, fourth, fifth, or at some Sundays.
Look, just turn on the notifications, and if it dings, there's a fucking episode. If not, watch one of yours. You got like 17.
I do have a lot of podcasts coming out. Just subscribe to this channel. Phil, also professional filmmaker. Phil, the filmmaker. He should have just called himself film.com, and it should have been, PH. That's what he should have.
It was taken. I tried that, yeah.
That would have been great. So, Phil, if you have a business that is kind of unsanitary or not good, even a crack house, Phil is so good at what he does, he can take videos and make it look like it's a 5-star hotel. So you want Phil, if your business is teetering, if your business is mediocre, even if your business is good, he's going to make it look great. Phil Balbanos, links in the description.
Even if it's good.
Yeah.
Hey, if it's good,
he's going to make it great.
Call.
But now, the jewel in our morning news crown.
The feather in our cap.
The feather in the cap. The man who rules the South Shore. News guru. Leftist propagandist. George. Just us dads. Chandrizos.
What's going on, guys?
What's happening,
the
George?
Belisarius of Brassard.
Yes, I have put a lot of pressure on your name. I put some respect on your name.
Put some spec on my name.
I don't know about that leftist crap, but sure.
Well, I
Sure,
said it
George.
because people get mad when I say stuff like that, and then it makes me laugh.
Don't get upset, Comandante.
Yes. Yeah, people are going to be like, what? There's a goddamn... There's a fanatic. George, do we have happy news on this Friday?
Just call him El Jorge.
Guys, I hope I did have good news for you, but unfortunately it isn't. There's nothing. There is nothing good. There's nothing good.
I lost my will to live, or George?
Well, there might be good news. I haven't seen it yet, but I heard a rumor. My friends in New York were telling me
Oh, yeah?
that the CIA dropped a woke commercial.
I saw it, and it's fantastic.
I have to see it. I have to catch a glimpse of this.
It is so fucking good.
Yes.
Did you see it,
I
George?
haven't seen it. I don't know.
She's like, what did she say? I'm a millennial with a generalized anxiety disorder, and I'm a mother. I'm intersectional. I'm the CIA.
I killed
I'm also
Yemeni's children, but I am a lady.
I think she's like a data analyst.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Got one
we
of
gotta
those
check
lady
this out.
jobs.
One of those
God.
lady jobs.
I have it ready on YouTube.
George, you want to watch this shit?
Yeah, let's
Let's do
go.
it.
Alright,
It's
look.
so good.
What a way to start the day.
Yeah, it's great. It's
Oh
fucking.
my God.
It's woke as fuck.
The best part of waking up is propaganda on your live streams. Yeah.
Be careful. Get another strike for fucking copyright infringement. I've heard
My
that song.
appeal was granted, by the way. Yes, I have been victorious.
If the appeal don't fit,
Yes.
you must acquit.
YouTube said directly, we could, upon further review, we did not see any evidence of you requesting
the robots
genocide
worked for
or
us.
sexual stuff. I said, oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
So for whoever reported that,
Oh, I know.
suck my dick.
I know
Suck a
who
bag
reported
of dicks.
Oh, let's
Right.
watch this.
Okay.
I am a woman of color. I am a mom. I am a cisgender. Ugh.
I am a cisgender millennial who's been diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder.
Hold on, pause. You know what? Then I don't want you in the CIA. Like,
Oh no, wait, it's not the official commercial.
That's okay, but the music
oh,
was
this is the
fucking
CIA
creepy,
recruitment video.
Yeah.
Is it this?
No, they're fucking commenting on it.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, that's the best part of the video, to be honest.
That is the best part of the video.
And then she says, I'm intersectional. I was like, that's hot.
Intersectional. Stop using that word.
Should I find the original?
Yeah, if you can.
I'll find the original. Hold on, let's go back.
All right,
Hey,
let's go
George,
back.
give us your first news story.
Yeah, George, give us your first news story while this guy tries to find a YouTube video.
Okay, guys. Well, we spoke about it so long and hard, and ups and downs and ins and outs, and finally it's here.
Long, hard, in, out. What is he saying?
It's a very sexy day.
Church,
How did that even happen?
I got to put a whole list of names I can't use because you guys are going to get all fucking, he said hard.
What?
I didn't get his joke either.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you didn't just say hard, George. You said a bunch of stuff, but go on.
George, please erect the story.
Nice.
We're talking about the vaccination passport and the whole debate around it. Well, it's here, my friends. As of May 13, all Quebecers that get vaccinated could, so that's the tricky word here, could receive a QR code as a proof of vaccination.
Are we getting barcoded?
So yeah,
Like it sounds.
I don't know, you get it by email or text message, whatever. There's a QR code that you keep on your phone, and I don't know where you're going to go or where you're going to use it or how it's going to be used. I mean, that's the question. These are the questions that I have. Like, okay, where is this going, right? And I guess, people are going to scan. They're going to be able to see the information that you got vaccinated, on that day for the first one, on that day for the second one, etc. So it's not really like a document, like a passport or whatever, but technically it is. I mean, you have a proof of vaccination. You could potentially be asked to present this. I don't know where or how. But we're walking into scary territory over here.
I'm playing it safe. I don't want to get caught up in this, in this war of the. So on Twitter, I have just updated my Twitter. I have added my pronouns to my bio. Poseidon, you could bring that up if you want. I've just added that, yeah, because I want to be safe. I want to tell people that are psychotic that I'm with them, so that they don't try to cancel me. Poseidon, you could bring up my Twitter page there. I added my my pronouns at the beginning of my bio.
I think they took down the official video, by the way. Just a little side note, has nothing to do.
Oh, because people ridiculed him too much.
I think so, yeah.
You think the CIA would have seen that coming, right?
Well, they're not clairvoyant.
No, but they have a lot of data and intel. Anyways.
I'm going to make sure I become uncancelable, Poseidon. You see what I'm doing? You see my strategy?
Let me see the strategy.
Yeah, my strategy is... And I suggest everyone do the same.
Let me see.
Include your pronouns in your bio. That's how you start your bio. You got to put them in parentheses. Yeah.
/you. I like it.
You're welcome.
I like
Fucking Poseidon's taking him 8 years. This is absurd.
I have to find you.
What do you mean? Just type in my fucking name.
Right
I'm in front of you.
See him. Fuck and you. Wow. Wow.
Yes.
You have to show the people on.
Yes. This is amazing.
Oh my god.
Just making sure.
You should write my pronouns are fucking you. It just you gotta spoon feed
No,
it to them.
no, I gotta spoon feed.
I want to make sure whoever's too dumb to be offended gets offended.
That's good.
I had done this a few weeks ago, by the way.
You updated your pronouns?
I put my pronouns. I don't remember what I put. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Though.
Does Pantelis support Caitlyn Jenner's
hole.
common sense girls report? I did. That's what got me in trouble the first time.
What did you
I
support?
support Caitlyn Jenner. In fact, if Caitlyn Jenner was running for politics here in Montreal, that's my vote, Brodigan. Jenner all the way. Would you turn your volume off?
Set your mouth.
And why does Poseidon get strippers on his podcast, but you don't? I'll tell you why.
Well, tell us.
My interviews are very hard hitting.
Okay.
That costs extra when you bring in a stripper.
The bubbles.
Yes, it is a morning, Friday. All right, so George, get back with the
Shabbat
news.
shalom, everybody.
Yes, Shabbat shalom.
So that's it, guys. So this is going to be available as of May 13. The QR code. I think what Quebec is doing, basically, they're taking a little bit of a shortcut. I mean, the federal government is still in negotiations. They're not sure exactly how they're going to apply, what it's going to look like. So Quebec said, you know what, fuck them. We'll create we'll do something different. We're going to send everyone a QR code. We're allowed to do that. We're not falling into any federal jurisdiction with passports and all that bullshit.
I can make QR codes now too. Like
Everybody can.
It would be funny if they actually scan it and it's like
It's a dick.
told my machine to go fuck itself. Yeah, that's what I got vaccinated with.
I mean, so what are they saying? Instead of giving us a paper receipt, because I got a paper little thing that said I got vaccinated when I went. They're just gonna email me a QR code. That's not so weird.
The equivalent of that.
It's a receipt.
Yeah, but
I mean, I don't know if we're in Mark of the Beast territory. They're giving you a receiit. It's not that crazy.
It's the same thing. It's
I didn't even think about the Mark of the Beast stuff. Da-na-na-na, conspiracy. By the way, your boy Trudeau said something. He's gaslighting the nation. Yesterday he goes, whoever thinks that this new bill that's going to, give us the ability to tell you guys to go fuck yourselves online, we're actually going to exercise it. You guys need to wear tinfoil hats.
Yeah,
what he
we
said.
just
Did not
passed
say
it,
that. Yeah,
not exercise them.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. The laws that we're gonna put in, but we're not actually gonna exercise it. You guys need to wear tinfoil hats. You need to fucking lay off the shoe polish, monsieur.
I love that.
I don't know who you think you're fucking with.
I recorded, filmed my whole the day
You
before
come in with that
yesterday.
heat today.
I'm coming in with the
yeah.
heat today, bro.
Yeah.
Coming with
I'm
a-
tired of these
with all the
cocksuckers.
smoke,
Yeah,
bro.
they
He's
think
the
they.
North, bro.
Yeah,
He's
they
the
think
North.
they rule everyone. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
I
Who's
don't-
scared of these chumps?
I don't blame you, bro.
Yo, I must have some kind of fucking clairvoyance. I should go work for the CIA.
Yeah.
You're literally describing things I recorded 3 days ago.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Of what he says?
I was like, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, he's gaslighting everyone.
Oh shit. Yo, guys, tune in Sunday. I saw the future, but it's in the past now, so figure it out.
He's pulling a Cosby. Really? Don't you remember what he said? If I had really raped them, would they wait 30 years? If they didn't like the pills,
That's what
would they
he
wait?
said?
Yeah, that was his thing. It's like
No
30
way.
years. Really? That was his
he
whole.
just puts
He
the
just
dicky
added
in the
years.
hole.
Yeah, he just added years. He goes, if they didn't like it, would they have waited? Like that's not an excuse, bro.
I don't know about that.
But you know what's fucked
He's
up?
still
is-
in jail, right?
Yeah, because he gaslit. Then more women came out. He said, "Yeah, motherfucker."
Yeah. Oh, we waited. Here we
Yeah,
are.
that's what Trudeau's doing. He's gaslighting, and now more people are gonna get pissed off.
I'm gonna make a bunch of fake QR codes that just lead to like really, really fucking kinky fetish porn. And every time someone asks to scan my vaccine passport, I'm like, here you go. Boop boop. Oh my god, she's shitting in his.
What if you don't have a cell phone? Or, for example, they sent out the new census,
Yeah.
questionnaires. When I was working for the census, which was one summer, terrible summer, we had actual pamphlets you had to fill out.
Yeah, I remember.
Now you have to go online, you log in, and you fill out the census, right?
Yeah. So now it's just an excuse to throw old people in jail.
Well, yeah. Why you?
It's a crime. They're gonna just arrest a bunch of people who don't know how to.
They say it's a crime if you don't do it, but
What's the
I don't
fucking-
think it's a real crime.
What's the penalty?
What is the penalty?
I don't know.
I don't want to
Do
answer
you
your
know?
questions.
I don't even remember ever filling in.
Yeah.
filling out
Nobody
a
does
census.
it.
You've never done a
Most people
census?
do it. No.
Well, there you have it. Are you guys watching? This guy, you let him run for your party.
Yeah. No, never had.
No, I've done my census. The last one was what, 6 years ago?
Oh, by the way, what's a
Was
did
a
you-
census?
Did you guys get a census thing by mail?
That's what I'm talking. What are you lost your fucking mind? What are you on crack?
What the fuck is going on?
What are you talking about that? How lost are you?
Okay, because I got one yesterday.
Oh my god.
Yeah, everyone got
Everyone
one.
got
Oh,
one.
are you obliged to complete that?
Oh my
It's-
god.
oh,
He's like,
we
he's not
just
even listening.
Are you not listening?
Sorry,
What are
because
you doing?
I'm also searching stuff up. I'm trying to find a tinfoil hat video. where
Don't
it co-
search anything up.
Just
I'm
fucking- I
putting
need
too
you-
much
that was-
pressure on you.
No, no, I
I just
haven't-
need
You're
you to
just
focus.
fucking with us now.
No, I haven't paid attention for the most
This
of the
is
Yeah,
why,
don't
this
say
is
that.
why. This is why people think that this is all scripted and we're making this up. 'Cause how do you make this up? We're like, yes.
Oh my god. Bro.
Poseidon, pay attention, man. Pay attention. This morning he calls me and he's like, bro, this is what I heard. Bro, your orifices. I was like, what? He goes, bro, office. I go, what do you mean? Morning show. I was like, yeah, you can smoke in my office. It's fine.
Okay,
Is that what you were trying to say?
That's what
You-
it sounded like.
How it happened? I said, "Can I open your orifices?"
Is
I
that
was
what you
just-
said?
Yeah, I was just fucking around.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand anything.
Yeah,
I heard my orifices.
No, bro. And then you're like, "My orifices." I'm like, "Yeah, can I open your office?" And you're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Oh, to smoke."
No, I said I'm not there. He's like, morning show.
You're kind of like Barney from The Simpsons.
Oh man. Oh,
Who's Barney from The Simpsons?
the drunk guy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey guys, it's Barney.
Let's
No,
move-
Homer.
let-
Yeah.
But hold on. Are you
let's just move on.
required?
So
to
yeah.
fill
So
this out?
anyways, look, guys.
You're
Apparently
obliged. It
it's
says
the law,
it says
yeah.
on it that you have to do it by law.
It's your citizenly duty.
I think it's my citizenly duty to kick.
Do what I want.
Yeah.
Maybe I've done it. I don't remember. I don't know. I've honestly. I mean.
My bets are before you left home, your parents did them, and then your wife, like everything else in your life, she takes care of it.
Maybe I don't know. Who knows?
Isn't it supposed to be
I don't know.
anonymous?
Mm-hmm.
Prove I didn't do it.
Prove I didn't do it. That's an interesting. He makes a good point.
And then the second you prove it, that's when I take you to court because then it means it's not anonymous anymore.
Well, they sent mine to my address, not
That's
to
it,
my name.
address.
And I don't even technically I don't live there anymore. Some Chinese national does. So
That's
we're
what's
just,
happening in
we're
Canada.
just renting now. Minyi?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Anyways, whatever. So yeah. So
George isn't into it today.
guys, look, the QR code. I don't know exactly where this is headed, but
I know where this is headed.
Bum, bum, bum.
But I don't know. Look, I think they're just exercising the option to do it because
it's a receipt,
Yeah, it's a receipt because even if you have the
but
as
see,
long
this is
as
how they're
people
presenting it. What happens tomorrow? You walk into like I don't know a restaurant and the guy has a scanner. He's like, "Can I see your QR code?" Or what? You know, I
No.
mean, anywhere.
it's
You know,
personal.
this is maybe it's just an excuse. I say, yeah, it's just a receipt. You'll get it in the form of a QR code. Why? Why would you send it as a
So
QR
that you
code?
don't lose it.
You got one. You got a little paper. I mean, it was very simple. The nurse probably signed off on it and gave it to you. That's much simpler. Why the hell do you need a QR code?
George,
you know?
did you get vaccinated yet?
No, I'm booking actually today or tomorrow.
Okay, so
George is part of the resistance.
speak to me 6 days after your vaccine when you have no idea where that paper is.
Yeah.
Because I got my vaccine. They told me not to lose it. I lost it. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, but I'm not disputing that. But QR code, like,
What's the difference?
I personally only recently received my vaccine paper.
the difference is that the paper you're going to lose.
George. Hold on. He's working up something. I'm curious.
I'm just saying, I have my paper for my
your
vaccination.
papers?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I have my papers. Now the big question is,
Whose papers are they?
did I get a vaccine?
I was waiting for it.
Who gives a shit? Yeah.
No, I really think the fact that it's a QR code is just making you overthink it. It's a QR code is literally a link.
Then again, we have been fooled before by this government. They said the same thing. Remember when I called it in October, like 28 days, we're just closing shit down for 28 days, so everything's okay. And I said, this is bullshit. They're not going to open up for Halloween. They're going to lock us in forever.
Fooled by this government implies that anyone believed that.
Many people believed them. They thought I was crazy in October. So then that's why as
there's
soon
still
as
a
it
lot of
continued,
people-
I kept sharing my video. I was like, bitch, who's crazy now?
People have said multiple times on the internet. I've seen it. I've heard people say it. We should just stay in lockdown.
Yeah, those are
Like
idiots.
people are, some people support these
What did they
decisions.
say?
Well, I spoke to a
That we should
doctor.
be in
Anyways,
lockdown.
I don't want to follow the
Like,
doctor.
we should just stay in lockdown until the virus goes away completely.
Even he laughed at it. I spoke to a doctor recently who's not going to come on my podcast because apparently in his field, a lot of people are just go with the motions because they don't want to rock the boat because they're. How's it pronounced?
Vagina.
Vaginas.
There you go. So, and he was telling me, just statistically, he's like, it's right now, everything that's happening it's actually an irrational response. Like locking everything out, all the damage we've caused around it.
I mean, at the beginning, I understand. Like the first couple months, like I'm not arguing that we needed to lock down. We need to figure out what the fuck was going on. We needed a game plan. But
Game
at
plan.
this point, what's the game plan?
But then once we realized we were fooled by China, then we
We
should
weren't
have.
fooled. This is a
We're
real
not
thing.
fooled
Are
by
you still
China.
thinking that it's a fake thing?
No, that's not what I mean. The level of gravity this virus had.
All the videos that came out of China
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
Yeah, but that's
exactly.
not
Like
why.
that.
No,
I've
no, no,
spoken to a doctor about those videos.
Yeah.
And he had some interesting theories as to why
Ugh. Yeah,
that
what
was
did he say?
happening. For one, there's just too many fucking people living on top of each other, and the air quality is shit in China. So, like, the fact that pneumonia could make you faint in China makes a lot more sense than it, because it didn't happen anywhere else in the world.
No, they were convulsing. They were shaking. They were foaming. They were fake
That stuff,
videos.
I don't know what
Hold
that
on,
This is
that didn't
propaganda.
happen.
No, I'm talking about the ones of, like, in the metro, people coughing and just fainting.
No, but that didn't happen in other heavily condensed countries.
Yeah, exactly. That's never happened anywhere except those initial videos that we saw. That's why then the news
What other country is as densely
India?
populated? I mean, India's
India?
has that.
India,
We don't even
Pakistan.
know.
and the favelas in Brazil, Pakistan.
Bangladesh,
Yeah.
You've seen a
Sri
lot of
Lanka?
you've seen a lot of
Yeah.
footage from there.
Philippines,
No, that's the whole point. Is
The
they
Philippines is not
that
as
didn't-
dense.
Vietnam.
have.
It's very
Neither
dense.
is
Have you seen
Vietnam.
videos?
Yeah, they're very super. The Philippines too.
Yeah, but they don't have as many massive super cities
South
as
Korea?
China does.
South Korea,
South
we
Kor-
learned is incredible.
South
South
Korea is
Korea.
living in the future, though.
South Korea is awesome.
South Korea's
Yeah.
like, except for that time the whole mall fell on them, that was pretty shitty. Remember that?
Excuse me.
There was a mall collapse. George, you remember this?
No, I don't.
Like in the 90s or maybe the 80s, where a whole mall just bloots.
Oh, by the way, speaking of India, because Viren in the chat, he's talking about something else. Viren's talking about what's happening in India because of no. We're talking about the shaky videos, Viren, in the beginning of COVID they were showing us. But India right now is fucking getting slaughtered, bro.
Ravaged.
Yeah.
Ravaged.
20 million cases, bro.
Forget the cases. I don't care about the cases.
The death
But
code.
deaths also.
Your
the death
face
toll.
is my case. Just the deaths, bro, and it's all the poor people. They're getting fucking rattled, bro. They, like already they didn't have it good, and now they're getting smoked. It's crazy.
I don't know.
But like, there's so many
India's-
people in India that the hospital's policy is that unless you need oxygen, I'm not taking you in. So people are just literally just dying on the streets. Like they're going in, they have the symptoms, but the only way you're going into the hospital is if you urgently need oxygen.
Oh, speaking of which, just because
Which they don't have.
a lot of my Greek friends were very proud of the what is it, the CEO of Pfizer? Remember, because he's a Greekster.
The burlas.
Yeah. But when a few he's like, yeah, Pfizer got the vaccine. Everybody's all proud. He's like, yeah, he's Greek. I'm surprised that no one's proud of him after yesterday's message of no, we're not cool with sharing our patent with other people. No, fuck other people. So where's the rahaha now?
No raha.
Oh, no
Greek
raha.
reporter will wait till the whole
Interesting.
thing goes down and then they'll share it again. How
Yeah,
he's a Greek Jew.
Interesting.
There's a lot of
Interesting.
pressure now. There's a lot of pressure internationally now, to lift those
I'm surprised
patents.
that the
Yeah,
US
you know how
has
crazy.
pushed.
Do you know how crazy that guy to be like? I'm here. I only do for people. I only care for people, not for profit. We gotta help people. The ones paying. What about the ones not paying? Fuck them.
Their stocks took a dip, All of them.
Yeah, fuck yeah. They're scumbags. Same thing with Bill Gates. They asked him, yo, so you're gonna you're gonna share your patent and you're gonna help the Indians?
Nah.
He's like, we're not sending anything to India.
Fuck India.
So you test stuff on India? You make them drink your shit water, but you don't want to help them when shit's tough, You fucking phonies. Phonies. They're not humanitarians. They're profiteers.
Profiteers?
Yes.
It's the first
Human
time I heard that.
traffickers. Profiteer? No,
Yes.
it's a word.
No, but I don't know
Yeah.
what it means.
People who take a
Oh,
guess.
they take care. They profit. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind. I
take a
just
guess.
it just
Like,
clicked.
Yeah.
Okay, because
Profiteer.
you know what kind of profit I was thinking of?
tell me.
Like
The
prophecy.
Prophet Muhammad?
You're thinking of the PH prophet?
I like prophecies.
He doesn't know how to
PH.
spell it.
Yeah.
PH. That's the way it's spelled.
F.
Prophet.
PH.
Yeah.
They're spelled differently. Profit for profit and profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's ET at the end instead of IT.
Learning
I'm
with
gonna flip
Poseidon.
this fucking table.
This letter.
Sorry, George, we derailed you a tad bit, but I feel it's important to let people know that these scumbags hate you.
ET. Okay, let's move over to the city of Montreal. Valerie Plante came out yesterday, and she announced that she wants bars and restaurant terraces to open up by June 1st.
For her
Is
hot
that what
girl
she
summer.
said? I saw her
That's what
whole
she
speech,
said.
and all I heard was bikes. It's weird.
Velo.
Yeah, so of course, if public health guidelines permit, but that announcement was quickly
Yeah, someone's gonna
met
kill me by the end of the
with,
year.
But she was quickly put back into her place by the province's health minister yesterday, who came out a little afterwards and said, listen, the municipal politicians should stay calm and wait for Quebec's.
Like know your role, bitch. Stay in your bike lane. Is that what he said?
He's like, they should stay calm. We know that you're excited. Summer's coming. Everybody wants to return back to normal, but wait for our plan
Yo, you mansplained
or
her.
make any announcements.
So wait,
this
hold
is
on,
gonna
hold
be
on.
wild because she came out afterwards and she insists. She's like, well, no, we have to look out for our restaurateurs who have
now we have to look
suffered enough. Blah blah blah.
Guess who wants some
we get it,
votes?
man. We get it. Now.
So George, are you
there's
telling me
campaign-
that François Legault mansplained his way to Valerie Plante? Is that the kind of age we live in?
Yeah.
Where women can't express their opinions
She came
without
out.
having some man tell them to shut the fuck up and sit in
Remember
the
that?
corner.
Man.
Crazy. I don't like this time we
Well,
live in.
I saw the interview. She came out, she talked, and then like an hour. What time was the press conference? Where Legault's like, listen,
11:30, something
she's
like that, yeah.
very excited. We appreciate her spunk.
Yeah.
She's very spunky, but listen, know your place.
no-
We're gonna make the big decision. You just look pretty, okay? Go put some makeup.
I know it's hard for you to look pretty, but
Look at my sister. She looks so pretty with her mustache. And then, whoa! Imagine that was the sister he kissed. That'd be like fucking morphing.
are you
shit.
talking about the clone that we saw the other day?
Yeah, man, no mas.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's what's
Someone's
happening
gonna
at
kill
the
us
city of
by the end of the
Montreal.
year.
Everyone is getting pumped. You know, there's elections coming. Everybody's gonna be looking actively at what these guys are gonna be saying. So she wants to get the restaurateurs behind her. Meanwhile, she doesn't know that they already hate her for for everything else that she's done.
We need to get
So-
Mike Ward to run for mayor.
I don't know
Mere
this.
word, eh?
Yeah, Mayor Ward. That would be amazing.
I think everyone in Quebec will approve of this.
Well, it doesn't matter because I said mayor of Montreal.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, the other people in the other cities can still approve of it. I got you, bro. I got you.
He tried to don't do this because he's fucking with you.
What?
Look at that
Yeah. You're unsalvageable.
I am a mess.
Yeah, you are.
face.
a
Pantelis, you
fucking
should get Manon Mansé for a podcast. Are you fucked?
Yeah.
Did you just not see me
If-
freak out the other day? In
if she
person,
had
I
a
can't do
beard-
that, but I won't be able to look. Get the
If
fuck
she
out.
had a beard, she would look like old lady you.
Plus, didn't you guys tell me that she's racist?
No, you. That's not what we said.
Her faction.
No one said anyone's racist. We said they're so woke, they're anti-racist, but anti also doing other things.
I thought you said that she has a separate sect that broke off and announced to the world that her and the rest of them
No,
are racist.
they announced that their name
No.
is the anti-racist squad. It's like me saying, "Yo, I'm the anti-black podcast." Whoa, that came out wrong. That's
Carry
not what
on.
I wanted to say.
Yeah.
I said I'm the black podcast because Pantelis
I'm the
now is
anti-black
racist.
podcast. He has a shaved head. It's like, Phil. Well,
You get what the fuck I'm trying to say?
yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't.
You two, you're unsalvageable.
So hold on a second.
Yeah.
Is,
I'm
is,
fucking
the
encouraging.
goblin racist or not?
No, not that we know
No,
of.
no.
Oh.
She's part of the party that wants to kick them out. She wants to
Kick
she
the
wants to-
racist out.
Nobody's racist. It's just that this is like a super
Some
woke
people are racist.
faction.
I'm confused.
Look, there's a super woke faction
don't know what's
of that party. Sorry, that is taking this route of, oh, we gotta fight racism and everything is you're racist, and you know what I mean. Like they've taken that route where everything you say is racism, kind of thing, right?
Everything you say, George.
Sorry.
Okay, so I don't like the wokers either. So her,
wokers.
so she's not super woke. You're saying, and she's not racist.
No, she's woke. She's not hyper woke.
How woke is she?
I mean, like 7 woke.
7 out of
Nobody
10.
gives a shit.
No, I just said 7 woke. I didn't say on what scale.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta figure that out yourself. It's,
Yeah,
it's
that's-
not,
Well, I
not
would
an
go with out
objective
of
scale.
Out of 10, yeah, 7.
Yeah,
That's
because
very woke.
7 out of 100.
It could be 7 out of 8. You don't know.
We've derailed. George is gonna flip his fucking table.
George does not seem okay today.
George is
You
on
all
edge.
right, buddy? Did you have a good night's sleep? You seem tired.
No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
fell asleep
Good
on
night's
my
sleep.
couch.
What the fuck is that anyway?
A good night's sleep? It's when your
but
kids
my
are at your
nomase,
in-laws.
I mean, guys, who cares about my nomase? Guys, when someone in the chat mentioned that you should bring her on the podcast,
No,
I remember in 2012 during the campaign. No, you don't have to, but I'm just saying that back in 2012, I think that was the year that she got elected. She was doing this very popular TV show. I can't remember what it was called, but anyways, it's on the radio, and they had her on.
TV
and
show
they
on the
were
radio?
fucking blasting her, bro. They were making fun of her to the point where I thought it can't be real. This is staged. Like they have someone imitating her. And they were just bashing her, dude. They were fucking making fun of her. They were talking about her mustache. And
I'm
she
not
was
okay with that.
No, but I'm just saying that. No, but just to show you how cool she is.
I'm just saying she could be cool. Good for her. I like that she has thick skin. She needs it. She has a thick stash. But what I'm saying is, I'll tell you why I'm not okay with it. Because when I reacted, it was a natural reaction.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I did not plan to try to make fun of her. I do not agree with this. All right.
Look, she is.
She's just trying to do politics
this
poorly.
Is, how old is my nomase? She's like must be a child of the 60s, right? Like
she must be in
teenager in
her
the 60s.
late 50s.
Because she's got that like European hippie. I don't shave my armpits vibe.
I don't mind
Which
that.
is
That's,
fine.
that's your business.
Yeah.
That's your business, sir. But what I'm saying is, I don't like it if they're making fun of her. Like they bring her on the radio. Like if I brought her as a guest, I wouldn't bring her on as a guest and be like, "What's up, stupid?" I would never bring her on as a guest. But I'm saying if I brought her on as a guest, I wouldn't just insult her. I would ask her legitimate questions. So I don't like the fact that she went on a goddamn radio show.
They're known for this kind of stuff. I mean, it's not like she walked in there and by surprise everyone's making fun of her.
And what,
She
weathered
wasn't
the
known
storm?
yet either. She was just a candidate. She wasn't elected yet. They had seen her poster. She had a mustache, so they brought her. They brought her on air. She did it, and they had a good time. And she was even laughing, and she was going along with everything.
Okay, having a good sense of humor, by the way, that just for me, that's more points to her.
She's also a communist.
Yeah, that's where she loses everything.
I'm just letting you know.
That's where she loses everything.
feel
But
like
you
you're
know
being
what?
tricked.
You know what? No, I appreciate someone with a sense of
Yeah.
humor, and you need to
I
have
mean,
a sense
even
of humor.
fucking what's his name? What was the guy? Her predecessor's name? Amir Kadir.
Amir, yeah.
Yeah, he
Amir
had
Kadir, what a name, bro!
yeah, he had a great sense of humor.
He's like a professional
He
wrestler.
was also super aggressive
80s.
interviews.
Now
Yeah, yeah.
representing the nation of Iran, Amir Kadir.
No,
he
he
sounds like
wasn't
a.
Iranian. He
No, I'm
was,
just saying like it's like a wrestler name. It rhymes.
He was an interesting fellow.
Nobody is
He
more
was-
awesome than
he-
Tiger
yeah, he
Patel.
lost his
Oh,
marbles.
what a name, bro!
Yeah,
There's a
yeah.
Tiger Patel, bro.
Bro,
Where's
did
the
you
idea?
see his promo video in
Where?
the UK?
What are you guys talking about?
Tiger Patel, bro.
In the
Fuck
UK.
is a Tiger
He's a
Patel?
politician running for like governor or mayor or some type of shit.
Is he Tamil?
Bro, he
How
made
do you
it-
not vote for Tiger Patel?
Is he Tamil? If he's a Tamil tiger, then
he's a
I
Sikh,
mean,
I think.
The only guy that could compete with him is Wolf Blitzer.
Bro, he made a promo video for
Blitzer versus
Anyways,
Tiger
you know what? I'll
Patel.
say one thing. I
happening
give
here?
credit where credit's due. If you're saying that she has a big sense of humor and she's good, I appreciate that. But not for me. It's not for my kind of podcast. I don't appreciate the communism. But you told me that she's not a racist. She has a good sense of humor. She laughs at herself and all that. So all those points for you, dude. Points for you.
Dude, this chick she's tough. I'm sure she can grab you and suplex you. Fuck, no joke.
Whoa, George.
I'm not joking. There was a video. I think it was in the beginning of the pandemic where they had done a series of videos in Quebec Solidaire about,
up the
be
virus.
careful and let's take the time for ourselves. Blah blah blah.
I
all that
remember
stuff.
this.
And you see her kind of in the country. I don't know if she has a place somewhere, and she's walking kind of in this forest area, whatever.
Yeah,
and
where
then
she's gutting a
chopping
deer.
wood.
I see where you're getting at, George, and fine, I'll do
She
it.
was chopping wood. She was like, "Yeah, and I like to take time in the nature." And then you just see,
nature.
chew with his fucking
Like a-
axe.
You said enough. I'll do it, George. I get what you're getting to.
You guys should fight.
Boxing,
Okay.
interspecies boxing. I'm down for it. You guys are ready?
Interspecies boxing.
Whatever it's called.
All right, let's move on to the police. Something very serious is happening. There's a lot of concern.
Was that funny?
That was such a good segue. I was like, all right, let's move on to police. Something serious is happening.
The Montreal chief of police, Sylvain
happened to
Caron,
this show?
he came out yesterday publicly, and he made a statement saying that he, as well as many other police officers, are tired, they're frustrated, and they're just simply fed up with all the criticism that is affecting that profession in the last year or so.
Wait, let him get through.
Yeah, like in addition to the pandemic, all the negativity on the social media, as well as all the, the talk about defunding and disarming the police, all that stuff has obviously contributed to people just hating the police and generalizing that everyone kind of sucks and they're all racist and all that kind of stuff. So he believes that there's a huge challenge that needs to be addressed. I don't.
His
disagree
defense
with,
was weird, though. I didn't like that he said we're not all racist. It's like that's not a defense, sir.
He didn't talk about racism. It's just that. Yeah. Okay.
I feel bad, George. George, I'm sorry. I'm just fucking with you. Come on.
Oh shit! George is he's getting upset.
Yeah.
So in a reportage made by Radio Canada this week, we find out that many police officers, they prefer not intervening in various situations for fear that their work might be on film or that the situation might be taken out of context, and that finally they'll be criticized, on social media or wherever, for whatever they do, for however that clip or the soundbite might be taken out of context. So and. They did a study, and even some police officers have even admitted that there's been an evident disengagement that's been noticed recently. And like I said, a lot of police officers actually admit to it. So yeah, whatever. I prefer not doing something if it means that I'll be filmed or whatever. So a lot of cops kind of just choose their battles kind of thing instead of just doing the job that they have to do. In addition to all of that, I don't know if you guys remember, I don't know if we spoke about this on the show, but a couple months ago, Montreal appointed a commissioner, like an anti-racism commissioner, this fucking super woke, whatever, very controversial person by the name of Bushra Manai. It's his girl.
Whoa. What does that have to do? What does her ethnicity have to do with how you feel about her, George?
No, nothing. I'm just
What
saying
does
that
her
she's
gender have to
highly-
do with her pay or her brain size?
Yeah.
Not,
George.
I just said that she's
Jesus
highly
Christ,
controversial. She's been a highly controversial figure. She was nominated to that position, and in addition to that, she appointed an advisor for police affairs.
She needed help. Is that what you're saying?
His name is Alain Babineau, and he's also a well-known anti-police militant. So
Militant.
Militant in what sense?
Yeah,
George?
he's actively like anti-police, and you've seen him in demonstrations and all that stuff. And
Like he
she
just doesn't want
appointed-
any cops.
Like ACAB.
Yes. So she just
I don't know,
appointed
pedophiles
that
feel the
guy
same way,
as
so I don't
her
trust this guy.
advisor for police affairs. So the chief of police is like, how the hell could we work with people like this that are actively against the police?
People like
And
this.
And you name someone that's responsible to communicate and to liaise with us that was seen just weeks ago or months ago hating the police during a demonstration. So there's a lot of tension in the Montreal police. There's a lot of stuff happening. I'm not sure exactly how it will be addressed, but I don't look, we've said a lot of stuff about police officers, and we've also said that we shouldn't generalize though. There's a lot of good cops out there, and I can understand how all this situation could be frustrating for these guys.
I get it. I said this.
yeah.
Don't you remember months ago we talked about this when I said, isn't it going to fuck over like good cops that are going to go crazy? Like, I'm just trying to do my job.
I mean, whenever you have this conversation with someone like an ACAB supporter, you're like, it's not all cops. They're like, did you just say not all cops to me? What kind of a counter argument is that?
But they're imbeciles.
But that's so stupid. I mean, there's the whole thing with the SPVM now that they have
Anyone
they're
that
wearing
has
the thin
hyper-
blue line stuff.
Okay, the thin blue line thing is stupid. But anyone that has, because the thin blue line is the problem. The problem is
Making new gangs.
the no accountability. The fact that we're in this
Wait,
together.
why does your jacket have a logo on the inside?
Oh,
Is it
what are you, crazy?
reversible?
Of course, bro.
Well,
What are you
stop
talking about?
that.
Yeah, bro. We got high end shit
This
here.
guy
Bro.
fronting. I thought he had two jackets. He's got one.
So listen, this is gonna happen. I'm compact, bro. I'm a traveler. So now you made me lose my goddamn train of thought.
Sorry.
That's an
Accountability.
That's the
Oh yeah,
problem with
accountability. So the thin blue line stuff, I get why people get mad because the whole we're on this side, you're on that side is not a way to police. Police you should be on the side of justice. So if the cop is doing unjust things and you're a cop, you should be against that. Of course. It shouldn't be no, we're all on the same side, we gotta cover up. That's what set this wheel of motion, for so long.
That's not the expression,
Yeah,
but I see
whatever.
what you mean.
That's what set
I
things
saw you
off, yeah.
going for it.
That's what set this wheel in motion, rather, years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the fact that people felt it was us versus them. or it shouldn't be. It should be your job is to. It's like when you're at a restaurant and your job is to feed the people in front of you, right? Everyone's working together for that common goal. They're not going to stop at one point and be like, no, your food that I was going to give you that you paid for, I'm going to give it to the waiter here because he works for me. It's like, yeah, but I paid. What are you talking about? That's not how this works. That's what the cops are doing. Instead of justice, yes, but not if he's a cop. If he's a cop, we got to find a way to milk this. That's what frustrates people.
Yeah.
Or if a waiter spits in food and doesn't, another waiter doesn't do anything about it.
Yeah,
like,
if he knows, that's fucked up.
That's
Yeah,
fucked,
because
yeah.
we are trusting you. Same with that's what's happening with the cops. So there's a lot of good cops out there, but it's the shit. We're a brotherhood. Even if this guy does something bad, it's not really bad because he's your brother. Fuck off, get out of here. That doesn't work, bro. You're a fucking employee of us. You're an employee of the state. You're not some fucking.
But there also needs
counter guerrilla squad in the mountains fighting for your freedom. Calm
but
your
what's
tits.
happened here is that the police have become less of a police force and more
Yeah,
of
defund the police is very stupid. It's 100% dumb.
Yeah.
It's like saying defund the hospitals because we hate COVID. It doesn't make any sense.
It shouldn't be defund the police. It should be fund other areas of social outreach.
It shouldn't
But
be
that's not as
defund. It
catchy.
should be accountability. It should be oversight.
No,
it
because
should be reform.
No, but the whole concept behind defund the police is the police are doing jobs that they shouldn't be doing. They're acting as social workers. They're acting as
No, defund the police comes from all these youths who are getting shot by police. They're getting killed. So get rid of the cop. We don't need them. They're just killing people. That's what the movement started as. So defund.
but
get
fuck
rid of them.
defunding the police. I'm talking about funding other programs. so
No,
that
but
the
what we're
cops
saying
have
is
less
fund
things to worry about.
fund the police.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
give them money, give them more training. Accountability
We've
is the
had this
biggest thing.
conversation
Yeah,
once on
make
this
sure
show.
there's people, there's oversight. Every time you fire your gun or if you pull it out or if there's a weird complaint, someone actually looks into it with like an objective mindset. You know what I mean?
There's
So
a
just be
great-
like, what happened here?
There's a fantastic comment.
Go.
Read it. The last one that just popped up from Gary.
Restructure police.
What? No, a few days ago.
Oh.
So Gary says, a few days ago, a green-haired girl tried to lecture me about the immigrant condition. I told her that unlike her, I'm an actual immigrant, and she told me that doesn't count because I'm white. How fucked up
Yeah,
is that?
that's
How
absurd.
fucked is
That
that?
is that. But
Jesus
that
Christ.
woman has a chemical imbalance.
We have a picture of her in the lobby when you slew
Oh
her,
yeah,
slayed
slew
her.
her, yeah.
Yeah.
She has a chemical imbalance. That's why her hair came out that color. It's
Only when she's angry.
Yeah. So yeah, that is
That's
stupid.
fucked.
Yeah.
That fuck, man.
I love that she categorized him as white too.
is Gary, but his name is Gary.
Just
I
well,
mean-
that's his stage name.
Oh, is it?
It's YouTube. You know my last name isn't comedy, right?
I thought you had my last name.
He just got it. Huh?
What?
Go on, George. I'm very sorry to derail you again.
Yeah, he
Not a
loves
problem,
getting
guys.
railed, George.
Okay,
Get
let's move
railed
on.
again.
Let's move on to this whole language debate because, like I told you, this seems to be going into a territory where we're probably going to, this is going to become the main issue, I think, in the next year or so. So the minister responsible for the French language, Simon Jolin Barrette, yesterday he leaked some information on this, very much anticipated
Oh, he's from
language.
Belgium, Gary Atlas. Oh, okay. So
I mean,
yeah,
no one likes
yeah
them.
get out of here, bro.
Fucking chocolate
So-
eaters.
Did
So,
the
yeah, so-
Belgian invent a certain type of chocolate?
I think they invented chocolate.
Don't lie.
Like the way we know it today, milk chocolate.
Are you serious?
Well, I mean, the Aztec and the Maya had chocolate, like cocoa beans. But
Did Belgium? Because look, here's what I'll say.
Wasn't it the Swiss?
oh, maybe it was the
The
Swiss.
Swiss probably stole it. They're known for stealing stuff. big thieves. Even Swiss cheese, but you know what they did? They took cheese and they put fucking holes in it, and they're like, "This is ours now."
Ta-da.
What's a praline?
Praline.
They invented the praline.
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 It's a type of chocolate wafer, I believe.
Oh, that's all they did.
I don't know.
We could do without Belgium though.
Fucking flamand. What did SJB say, the social justice bitch?
Yeah, so he leaked some information yesterday on this, very much anticipated language bill reform that he's working on, and we'll most likely see now, probably in June. So specifically, he said that in the near future, after that bill is passed in Quebec,
I know. That's what I said.
What, George? What? Why can't
Nothing.
you keep a fucking train
So
of
after
thought?
that bill, I don't know. I'm looking at you guys, and
I'm sorry.
Bro, why don't you read your notes that you wrote all
Yeah.
night? You stayed up all
No,
night
no.
to read, to write.
Point form. It's
Fucking
point form.
nerd.
But he said, so what he said is that in the near future, once that bill is passed, Quebec will only use French in its communication. So that includes government ministries, government organizations, municipal, school,
Isn't that the
health
law
and social
now?
services, public, para-public sector, all that stuff. So every communications coming from Quebec is going to be in French. So basically what he's doing, he's reactivating this article in Bill 104. It's Article 1, Bill 104. Bill 104 basically is an old bill. It was the bill modifying the French language charter, and it was passed in 2000. 2002, but it's been dormant. It's never really been enforced, right? So what he's doing, he's going back to what was done in the past, and he's saying, oh yeah, this makes sense, we're going to enforce it. So he believes that this is a way that the state, it's a way for the state to be seen as an example for the usage of the French language, and that using only the French language in state affairs, kind of reaffirms the status of the French language as the official language in Quebec. In addition to that, as if that weren't enough, the government will also proceed to reviewing the bilingual status of certain municipalities across Quebec. For example, Pierrefonds, Roxborough, Côte-Saint-Luc, DDO, Kirkland. So what they're going to do, they're going to be evaluating if they can retain their bilingual status, which a lot of these municipalities have used to pretty much offer services to citizens in English. So initially, the bilingual status was granted by the charter to cities and different boroughs where a majority spoke a language other than French. But in 2000, when the PQ came in, they changed the criteria so that it can require a majority of citizens whose mother tongue was only English. So that's how it's been. So it has to be 50% English, and you have the bilingual status. So
wow, I stopped listening at some point. I completely lost that.
What?
Like, that
George,
really
carry on. I'm sorry about
at the
him.
end. I don't understand why they would change
I apologize for him, George, but carry on.
Well,
and
so
who
basically,
decides whether they
there's a
can
lot of
keep their...
municipalities and cities that do have this bilingual status because of the demographics. They've been using that to offer services, and because of the change in the demographics, they've dropped less than 50%, right, of the representation of this demographic. So they're thinking, okay, well, you don't qualify anymore under this bill, so we're going to reevaluate it and remove your bilingual status. So that,
but where does the rights as Canadians come in?
It rights as Canadians. I mean, you have to consider the fact that this is provincial jurisdiction. So I'm not so sure it applies. But they had done, like I said, back in 2000, there was a special clause that was protecting these boroughs that had, at least 0.5% of the population that speaks English. So I mean, we're heading into a fucking shitstorm. That's what I'm trying to say. And this is not new. Back in 2012, the PQ, when it was in power, they were a minority government. They had tried to change these statuses. They had proposed the bill. It was Bill 14, I think, at that time, and it was unsuccessful. It never passed. But in that bill that they were suggesting was to strip such cities of their bilingual status. So I'm telling you, we're going into a territory where the language debate is going to be activated again. And pretty much Legault doesn't give a fuck because all his support comes from the regions where they don't really care what's happening. All this pretty much affects Montreal, the greater area of Montreal, where he doesn't really have much support.
But that's crazy because Montreal's look, I don't care what anybody says. Montreal's better than Toronto, for a lot of reasons. That's the truth. Montreal as a city has so much more to offer.
Arguing with you. I'm just waiting to see where you're going.
Okay, so it should be back. It should go back to being Canada's major fucking city as it was before the referendum. But shit like this is what's going to limit us. Shit like this is what's going to make Montreal into a big town as opposed to a mega city. I could understand that if someone in a village doesn't understand and he's like, what the fuck do I need technology for? I don't need video game companies or movies to be filmed here. I'm on a farm. I get that. But you cannot, especially so much money could come in from Montreal, internationally. It's so stupid for him to be so selfish just because he wants to secure votes in the regions to sacrifice the potential of Montreal. Dude, it's crazy the shit that we can do here. It's absurd to limit us. It's nuts. This should be a mega city, not a mega city like we call it now.
But if you think of it strategically, and I agree with you, everything you said is right. But he's thinking as a politician. It's moving my pawns around so that I can have the best chances of winning my majority again. This whole issue with the French language and pinning the Anglophones is not going to bring stress to him. He doesn't care. It's going to bring a lot of stress to the Liberal Party. This is the party that the Anglophone community has been traditionally supporting, because right now he's placing them in a dangerous situation where they're going to have to take a position. Do you agree with what we're doing for the French language, or do you not agree? And it's difficult for a party that is in Quebec not to support any legislation that promotes the French language.
But here, this one I want to correct you. This is why you need strong politicians to come out there. Because just because he says it's to protect the language doesn't mean tangibly, scientifically it is. Acts like this do more harm than good. Aggressive tactics like this do more harm than good. You
I
need.
know, but how do you position yourself? How do you prepare your arguments to do that? Because the minute that you come out and you say anything, you're going to be labeled anti-French. You understand? So it's a very tricky position.
But that's crazy. Only an imbecile would say that because the way to protect. I've already said this a million fucking times, man.
You're just arguing your own argument.
I know.
again.
I've said this a million fucking times.
The
way to
teams thing.
Yeah, the teams thing. The way you protect it is you get rid of the teams thing. Everybody fucking has to. There's no separation. Everybody has to fucking learn French. Everybody has to learn fucking French and English. You have to be fucking fully bilingual here. That should be the rule. You're fully the culture, whether you like it or not. You're reproducing it. You're sharing it. It's part of you. If you're here, you're part of it. Creating another division is then going to create a race. It's going to create a race, and I don't mean a race. I mean like a race between two. Who's going to have more kids, basically, to maintain which culture? Why would you do that? First of all, most immigrants that come in the world speak English, so it's a losing battle.
I mean, there's a lot of immigrants who come because they speak French from former French colonies. Like Quebec has access to them.
Man. I'm not talking about outliers. I'm talking about in general in the world. More commonly, there's English speakers than French speakers. Am I wrong about that?
No.
Okay.
But
So
Quebec
more.
has selectively chosen where to take immigrants from.
Canada takes in immigrants from everywhere, and especially given their social status or depending on what's going on in the country, they'll take them. In the Arab world, in the world where forget the Maghreb, where shit's being fucked up right now, they speak English. In Syria, they have English speakers. They have English. So you're gonna, and anywhere else in the world, if the majority of the people.
That's not true, Pantelis. Quebec has its own immigration policy. I think it's the only province that has jurisdiction over its immigration.
That's how they get
but you can't.
selection.
No. But if they come directly to Quebec, but you can't stop a citizen, somebody who came to Canada, no matter where he came from. Let's say he goes to Toronto first or BC, you can't stop him from moving to Quebec because he speaks English. There's no law like that.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Okay, so then
once they're Canadian citizens.
the majority of the world, if you're talking about second language, commonly spoken, is English, not French. I don't know why we're debating this. These are
That's not
facts.
what we're debating.
These are facts.
Nobody's debating.
So
We're just
if you're
saying with
gonna
respect-
I'm saying if you're gonna put a line down and divide people, and you're gonna roll the dice and hope what? That one overpopulates the other. It's a losing battle. It's a losing battle.
I mean, I understand your argument. I just don't understand why you would assume that that's what they're counting on.
That's exactly what they're counting on. If you're gonna separate people based on language, right? If you're gonna
But
drive
they're not
down the
trying
middle.
just to separate. They are separating, but they're also trying to force. They're trying to take.
They're
trying
taking
to do
English.
one thing.
They're
by
taking
doing
English
something else.
away instead of
Yeah,
including French.
Exactly.
What they should do is include French. It should be mandatory. Everybody has English and French because we live in 2021, and French because we're in Quebec.
But all
so it should
English
be both.
schools have French programs.
No, they don't. The
they?
French programs they have should not even be called programs. It's the same ones that the French schools have in English, which are garbage. I went through the English system, the French system with the English with
But I went
English
through
as a
the
second
English
language.
system with French as a second language.
And how good was that?
Until the last year of high school, it was fine. It was great.
But how do you quantify that it was fine? It was great because the people that I know that were in the English, when I speak to them, that went to the English sector,
But that has nothing to
can
do with
barely
the level
communicate.
Of the education. It's a question of how often you use the language. So if everyone in your school is English speaking, and you're only doing French in French class, I mean, it was more than French class. Like a lot of our courses.
I
were
was doing
French.
French all the time. My entire school was in French.
Yeah.
It changed nothing. Because of the aggressive tactics that we had in our high school, we regressed and defaulted to English. And it was because we would get yelled at, suspended, or if they caught us speaking English.
Even
anyway.
in primary school, we used to get remember those little tokens.
Yeah,
When
we get in
speak
trouble.
English, we get in trouble
when we spoke English. That's what I'm saying.
George is laughing, he remembers.
Because I've lived through these aggressive tactics, and I'm telling you, they do the opposite of what they're claiming it does.
Of course, yeah.
I'm trying to, when French became a positive thing, like through Mike, through people, through actually talking and sharing and being in the middle, that's what worked for me. And that's what's going to work for people. That's what I'm telling you tangibly, not, hey, you know what?
No, you're right.
The aggressive
About
shit
that, you're
doesn't
right.
work. The way is you integrate. That's how this is going to work. So the fact that they're allowing this to be an argument and no politician, no liberal, no other has the balls to come out and say, fuck you, what you're doing is wrong. You're going to ruin the French culture. You're going to lose it if you continue doing this. Nobody has the balls to say it.
I mean, I agree with you there. I'm not even going to pretend to start to argue that because that makes sense. The second you push.
Sorry, it's not like nobody's saying it. There is a one elected official in opposition, Greg Kelly. He gets elected out of the West Island. He has been trying since the very beginning, since 2018, to pass or to pass motions and to figure out a legislation for the government to make French available to all Anglophones.
Oh, I
He's
remember
been
hearing
saying
about
that.
this. Yeah.
And it just fails, right?
Should be
Because they're
mandatory.
just fueling. Well, because I'm telling you, it has nothing to do with French or English. It has to do with fueling that debate on nationalism.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's the grounds that Legault won, and he has to maintain it. And what sucks is that he's dragging all the other parties to that playing field. Everyone, and it's wrong. Instead of thinking, for example, look, traditionally, the Liberal Party has always been known as the party of the economy. That's been their force. That's the only thing that
In
has
Quebec,
been,
you mean, not federally.
Quebec.
in Quebec, of course. Fuck federal.
Yeah,
So
federally
in
is the
Quebec,
opposite.
that's been the one thing that has distinguished that party, and it's gone. And I can tell you this firsthand. There's a lot of members of the Liberal Party that are upset right now because they're like, why aren't we focusing on what we're good on rather than following what Legault is, following Legault into where he's bringing us. He's bringing us into the nationalist game that he's won already. And you're going to see, as of the end of this year or next year, he's going to flip around and call himself the party of the economy, and then you're done. You're finished. You have no other moves, I just feel like right now at the National Assembly, they've taken this turn towards who is the most nationalist party, who's going to defend the francophones, who's going to promote it. And I'm not saying it's necessarily wrong to do that. I'm just saying that it's not the only fucking thing that matters here, right? I mean, we're headed out of a pandemic, and you're going to have to start thinking about restructuring.
But that's what they're doing, George. They can't think about these things because they're incapable of doing these things. The fight, the pandemic, economic stress, that's a lost battle already. They fucked everything, so they're like, let's shift everything to something that we're pretty good at, and that really makes people not think clearly because they get upset and they react emotionally. And let's focus on that.
It's kind of like in the
It's a bait and
States, right?
switch.
In the States, when the whole stuff was happening with Trump and the Democrats were losing their bearings, they're like, all right, let's just start the race war. It's the same thing. Just divide the people, fucking divide and conquer. It's the same thing they're trying to do here.
And again, I'm not blaming. Like I'm objective enough to realize that the Liberal Party has played this game as well. Every time there's elections coming along, and before the CAC even existed, the argument came up to separatists, like sovereignty. That was the only thing. Like you can do a whole mandate of 4 years without even mentioning it. The minute the elections came up, whoops, sovereignty. No, they want to separate. Is that what you want? Like the debate was on polarizing issues where you knew that you're going to win. And that's what Legault is doing right now. And it sucks. It's drawing all the parties away from whatever ideology or whatever plan that they have into something that I don't believe is going to contribute much to. I mean, I don't know.
It's just frustrating, George, because they're not, like, what they're saying they're doing is not really what they're doing. And they're tricking a lot of people who don't see it.
No, I think that what they're saying right now, they're going to do.
No, I'm saying what they're saying, like the reason behind it, they're saying it's going to protect the French language, they're going to protect the culture. It's not the outcome. So he's going to get his votes to be reelected, but long-term, he's hurting the culture, which is crazy.
Yeah. Also, let's not forget that the CAC was formed by former members of the PQ and former members of the old ADQ, right? So there's a lot of different kind of forces in there. You have some kind of, liberal federalist, pseudo-federalist kind of people that were in the ADQ and they just didn't like the liberals, but you also have quite a few separatists in there as well. So I'm not so sure about the dynamics. First of all, Legault himself was a minister in the PQ government, right? So,
which is fine. It's more of now, like, it's obvious people should be smart enough to realize what's happening, and the fact that they don't is fucking frustrating. Because we're never going to hear the end of this.
See, Michelle says, I hope they don't get reelected. I doubt that they won't. I really doubt that they won't, unfortunately. They've been playing this nationalist card very, very well. And they've taken advantage of a very weak opposition. All parties in the opposition, except for Quebec Solidaire, had no leader. They only acquired a leader, like the PQ got it this year, and the Liberals got a leader last year. So they've been kind of weak. So they've taken advantage of it. The same way that Justin Trudeau has been taking advantage of his opposition since 2015 There hasn't been any
another thing.
opposition.
The federal conservatives, they have like one jewel, one feather in their hat, Pierre Poilievre. And it's not him who's in charge of the party. It's the guy who looks like a giant penis. Like, they're so stupid. They're so stupid, these parties. They don't know how to compete.
Yeah.
It's like having Michael Jordan on your team in its prime, and you're like, all right, you're going to be on the bench. I might put you in on the fourth. What are you talking about? Start Michael Jordan, you fucking idiot. Yeah.
So that's like it's worrying, and it's not the first time. We've been saying it on many episodes. The language debate is going to intensify. I have a feeling that the whole election next year is going to be focused around this, and probably immigration or something around there. Stuff that is very polarizing for Legault. Like he's gonna find whatever divides Montreal and the rest, and he's gonna hammer on that nail consistently.
The biggest divisive subject, you mean?
Exactly.
Which right now is probably going to be language, because
language and immigration. That's what it's going to come down to. You know, and don't forget, we spoke about a couple episodes ago with Bill 21, the religious symbols that Legault is forcing to go to the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
So that decision, guys, I don't know when it's going to drop, but my guess it's probably maybe end of this year, early next year. You know, when the whole electoral run starts happening.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
So, because I remember that started as like the face covering thing, right? That's how they were talking about it initially. So now you're saying it's just if it's a religious symbol, right?
This is the breakdown. When the Liberals were in government, 2014 to 18.
No, I just want to know what's illegal in the bill. For example, if you wear a yarmulke.
If you're a teacher and you're wearing a religious symbol, whether it's a cross, or whether it's a veil, or whatever, a kirpan or whatever the fuck it is, you either remove it or you lose your job.
I have a question though. This is my question. If it's a religious symbol, so you said the kirpan, this is the Sikh dagger, right?
Yeah.
So if I have the Sikh dagger and I'm Sikh, I lose my job basically. But if I walk in and I have a kitchen knife, not part of my religion, I just like walk out with my kitchen knife.
There you go.
That's okay.
That's why it doesn't make sense. And guys, let me remind you something else. Back in 2010, I believe, 9 or 10, somewhere there was this whole issue with a Sikh group that actually we brought to the National Assembly, and it raised a lot of.
Brought a bunch of Sikh people to the National Assembly.
Knife wielding Sikhs.
Liberals
are like, we are taking.
Why are they wielding daggers, brother Sikh?
So there was a whole issue with a kirpan. Finally, they agreed to leave it at the security and pick it up when they left. But some fucking radical group in Toronto saw this, and they're like, let's go visit the National Assembly. So a couple of weeks later, they came in. They made a whole fucking thing about it. It was in the media. It was all over the place. And then the security of the National Assembly, they proposed a motion for security purposes, specifically for the kirpan, not to be allowed in the National Assembly. And they voted. Everyone was in favor because it comes from your security. You can't just say, fuck off. No. If that's what you guys want, then, we'll have to grant it to you.
Okay, daggers might be where I draw the line.
What you said about the knife was an argument that kept coming up. You can be a Sikh. You can walk into the National Assembly, leave your kirpan at the door because that's the rule now. You're going to go eat at Le Parlementaire, which is the restaurant in the Parliament. Grab the steak knife, put it in your pants, and walk out and do whatever harm you want to do. If you want to do harm.
If you want to do harm,
it makes absolutely no sense, right?
That's what I'm saying. So hold on, just so we can understand the rule, because people are always curious about the rule. So another example would be if Phil here, Jewish teacher, is trying to teach, but he's wearing his yarmulke. He'd get fired. But if I'm teaching and I'm wearing a baseball cap,
but if it's in a public school, chances are that if you're an Orthodox Jew teaching, you're teaching probably in one of those Jewish schools.
No, but let's say he's not hardcore. He's like fucking, I don't know. He's like
like a Jew in a public school, and it's like a Jewish religious holiday. And
he's a Jew in a public school. He's just a guy who likes to wear it. Like fucking, what's his name, bro? What's the little Jewish guy that you like online?
Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro. He's just wearing a little hat.
Ben Shapiro. You like Ben Shapiro?
So he loves Ben Shapiro. Really? So who doesn't, bro? He's a little man with a big attitude. So listen. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, he would get fired. But then if I walk in and I have a baseball cap, which is not part of the religion, debatable if you're talking about the Canadians
you're fine. Exactly.
I'm fine. That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense. I had on my podcast a year and a half ago, Francesco Miele. He's a municipal council. As soon as that bill was passed in the House, Bill 21, they had a huge debate in Montreal City Council. The Montreal actually came out against it, right? They made a motion saying that we're against Bill 21. And the debate happening at the City of Montreal was what defines a religious symbol? How about we start from that before? I mean, how can you legislate if you don't know? Like I'm wearing, for example, the Star of David. Maybe it's a fashion statement. Maybe I like wearing a little star around my neck. who are you to come and tell me that this is the Jewish religious symbol and you need to remove it?
All right, like let's say if a rapper is wearing a big cross,
Whatever.
but he's
Yeah.
You
really
know what I mean? Like, what
Satanist. I feel
defines
you.
a religious symbol, you know? And that's a whole other debate to have, you know? Like you said, I mean, the guy's
I mean,
wearing...
that seems like a wasted debate, considering that the legislation that this debate would try to create a framework for is stupid, and it has no place.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, exactly.
It's
So
a-
wouldn't
it's infringing
Montreal
on the charter.
Canadians memorabilia be banned also? Because people go to the altar of the Bell Center, they pray for their team to win, they cheer, they congregate, they have icons on their cars everywhere. So wouldn't that fall into it?
And it all depends on how you define.
They have
religious symbol.
rituals.
Guys, mind you, this is in the public sector, right? So it's figures of authority like judges, police officers, that sort of thing, and then everyone in the public sector, education,
It all
schools, you know,
George, it comes down to
hospitals.
the fact that this government is passing legislation that basically tells you what you can put on your body.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that the Kirpan. The Kirpan is a very specific example of one of these things, because it could be a weapon if someone were to take it from you. Fine. Like, I understand that.
I
there
know,
could
but
be-
even my car is a weapon.
No, I know, but I understand the need for a conversation about that,
Yeah.
right? But the idea that, like, I'm not religious. I don't wear a cross. I used to. But you're telling me that when I worked at the CLSC, for example, that I couldn't wear my cross? Would that, like, I'm a government employee. I'm front-facing towards the users, the clients, whatever they're called, patients.
We don't need you praying, we need you typing.
You can turn your fists into a weapon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay.
You should tell that to Mike Tyson.
But we're talking about religious symbols.
Yeah.
No,
I wish I
because
knew.
You said the argument of, anyways.
It's all right.
I
bro.
kept going, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I understand what you're saying, but anything could be a weapon. I could beat you with this table.
Yeah.
I mean, especially after whatever you did to it. It's so rickety.
Yeah.
I can use another human as a weapon.
I'd love to see that. That's fucking funny. Just for pow.
Anywho, the point is, this feels
Stupid.
dumb. It feels like we're starting fights.
It doesn't feel dumb, guys. It is dumb. It's a stupid argument. And you know, just to compare what the Liberals had done with Bill 64. Bill 64 was basically just to remove, to have your face uncovered, and that doesn't, like, the portion of the population that affects is so minimal, like it's negligent, right? Like, if you go get services like public service, or if you're giving public services with your face covered, like, it's forbidden. You need to uncover it. Like, it was meaningless. That too
Yeah.
was a stupid law. Like, why would you even pass it? Like, it makes
I love when they
absolute
use the
no sense.
example of the cop, the police officer in the burqa. I was like, what? If she's wearing a burqa, her husband's not letting her out of the house, let alone become a fucking cop. Are you
Yeah,
crazy?
no sense.
Are you? It's not
But
a
that
real
was a-
scenario.
It was
It's
a young
true.
girl. It was a young girl that
joke's still
was
funny.
that aspired to be a police officer, and she was Muslim. She was wearing a headscarf.
Not a burqa.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Not a burqa.
And she had become actually like the poster girl, right? It's like, this is what we mean. You can represent your religion, but as long as your face is uncovered, and
That's
she had
fine.
kind of become like the example. And the CAC took it to a whole other extreme. But look,
What if she's hiding dynamite in there?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
stupid.
You know?
So strange.
But
This
all
whole
I'm
thing
saying is that
strange.
we're going into dangerous territory, and like, honestly, the next elections in 2022 are supposed to be, in my opinion, the most important elections with regards to sparking up again the economic development in Quebec after this pandemic. This is, in my opinion, the parties that are
Before we
gonna
leave
have to-
from the race war, is there anything that we could do, maybe vote or anything to ban or even, I guess, get rid of our current Swiss population? Is there something that can be done or no?
There's only 14 of them.
Are we no? Is that a hard pass?
It's a hard pass.
Okay.
There's not enough of them,
Okay.
is what they want you to believe.
All right.
Actually,
So
I'm
yeah,
curious.
it just sucks that this
What did
next
they
election,
do?
like I was saying, whereas
Which
it's
Swiss
supposed to be
person
an
hurt
election
you?
where the parties should present like a plan to get Quebec back on track after this pandemic, it's just going to focus again on bullshit, you know, like how, you know, what's happening with the French language and where can we speak it and why can't we not speak it and all that shit, you know.
Yeah.
And probably Bill 21 is going to come back to the surface. It's gonna be a horrible election, and it's whatever.
Something to look
Just a
forward
little
to.
side note for the Swiss. In Montreal, there are, as of 2011, there are 12,165 Swiss in Montreal.
Look, George, that's a
15
problem.
And 1,500 in Quebec.
That is a problem. This is why all this stuff is happening.
I don't know what the
They are
inside
the
joke
invisible
is, but
hand,
it's-
aren't they?
In Quebec, there are a total of 22,065
Look, are we going to allow that to happen?
as of 2011.
Are we just going to let this slide?
I mean,
You think I
yes.
forgot about World War II? I didn't forget about World War II, you sneaky sons of bitches. They're not to be trusted, George. Is what I'm trying to say.
Nazi
guys.
gold.
They
Nazi
decided to play it neutral in there.
Yeah,
They were- I mean, they
neutral.
were really neutral.
Yeah, we're so neutral. Stolen gold. Yeah, bring it in here. Bring it in here. We'll allow
Oh,
it.
we're
We'll
neutral,
take
so
it.
we don't care.
We're
where it
so
came from.
neutral. We're gonna defend everybody, but we're gonna work with the Nazis. We're gonna work with the Nazis. but-
They have a great PR machine, the Swiss, after the Second World War. Like everyone's just like the Swiss, bro. No one hates the Swiss. Genius.
Because they became a tax haven, no? So everyone was like, you know what?
Yeah, it's never about right or wrong
have
or
you guys been
ideal.
to
It's about
Switzerland?
money. No, never.
I have.
Have you?
Yep.
Like a stopover?
No, I was there for a bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where?
Apparently it's beautiful. Apparently it's
Please.
nice.
Oh.
You
It's
do-
it's very very nice, dude. I could do with less of the Swiss, but the actual location, the area, fucking beautiful, beautiful stuff.
Like cold
Yeah.
Italy, right? With a little German flair.
No, I've never seen a place like that. It's like very mountainous. It looks like a postcard. It doesn't look real.
Like Sound of Music.
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of.
I mean,
Yeah,
isn't
that's
that
how
in
it
the
feels.
Swiss
Yeah.
Alps?
So it feels nice like that. There's a lot of like beautiful scenery, especially by train. When you take trains and you go around, there's beautiful stuff to look at. But again, when you talk, a lot of them are Swiss, and you're like, yeah, I forgot.
The setup. I really don't have very many opinions of the Swiss. I've never met a Swiss person. Ever.
Yeah, but have you seen a Swiss knife, bro?
A Swiss Army knife?
Swiss Army knife, bro.
Of course.
I don't know.
Doesn't sound very neutral to me, making knives.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
By the way, part of the fun of making fun of the Swiss guys, because some people don't even get it. They're like, I don't understand what's going on with the Swiss. Part of the fun of making fun of the Swiss is because you never really hear anti-Swiss sentiments. That's what makes it funny. Like,
Yeah.
because if this was against, I don't know, the Chinese, Turks, Greek, then you could always be like, oh my God, are we starting a race war?
No.
But with the Swiss, nobody cares. Everybody laughs. They get that it's humorous. That's why it's funny.
It's quite
Them and the
humorous.
Swedes you can make fun of too.
Yeah.
There's very few people on the planet that you could apply and everyone could giggle and not be like, oh my God, it's the race war.
And they
you
also
know?
won't be offended.
Yeah,
like them.
yeah, it's very,
Like
very
this-
rare.
The Swedes,
Madagascar?
Anybody else
No, you
comes
can't
with
make fun of them.
You can't make fun of
no,
Madagascar.
the
Anyone else
Madagascar,
comes
never.
with a lot of baggage, you know?
Yeah.
just fucking
who else
throwing
is fair
countries
game?
out. Bro.
Who else is
Just
fair
like
game?
before, when you're talking about the overpopulated area. Yeah, bro. Vietnam, Philippines,
Just naming
all
fucking
the Asian
places.
countries.
But they are overpopulated. He was right. Did you say Chile?
Chile's pretty overpopulated too.
I mean, no, but I mean, Chile's pretty cool. You can make like if you make fun of Chile, you're not gonna start a race war.
Yeah.
You might. I mean, I don't know what the Chileans, how they feel about you talking about.
Yeah,
them.
there's no Swiss minorities out there suffering. That's
Yeah,
why it's funny.
The Swedes are fair game.
I
The
see what you mean.
You
the
get
Finns.
it? But if I said, I don't know, pick something.
Germans.
Big choice you took. Okay.
You took an interesting choice. I'll tell you why. Even though they're not as neutral as the Swiss to make fun of, it's fun to make fun of them. But the reason why everybody accepts that is
They
because
fucked
they
so
hurt
hard.
everyone.
Exactly.
So you could still make fun of them, but them is if you make fun of them, but kind of like
It
use
hurts
some-
them. It
yeah,
hurts
you
them a
hurt them a
lot.
bit because they remember that they were pieces of garbage for about 100 years. But people try to make it seem like it was just the Second World War, but we're forgetting the first one and what they did to Africa. So that's why there's a bit of baggage. Because you're like, why are you bringing up? Why are you bringing up the Holocaust? That's how they feel if you make fun. But the Swiss is very. We know that they fucked around.
How about the Liechtensteinians?
The Portuguese.
No, the Portuguese don't like to be made fun of.
Yeah, the Portuguese
We
don't like to be made
experienced
they're a
that
little
about 12
sensitive.
years ago.
Yeah, they don't like to make made fun of. Like there's baggage with them too.
Yeah.
The Portuguese.
There's baggage with everyone.
I mean,
Baggage,
we
but not a
made
lot
fun
of
of them.
baggage.
We made fun of them 2 weeks ago.
There's not a lot of baggage with the
Deaf
Portuguese.
Spanish.
It's not like making fun of the poor Yemenis.
Nobody
know?
makes fun of the Yemenis.
The Saudis do.
That's true. That's true. Fair point. Fair point. Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah. So that's why. So contextualizing jokes.
Imagine his answer was like, who can we make fun of this fair? The Uyghurs. Let's make fun of the Uyghurs.
Yeah. And the only one he makes fun of is Eminem.
Yeah. I'm so glad you grabbed hold of
Yeah.
that.
So here's the thing. Don't look at me as an example because
Oh,
I
the
make
Danes.
I make fun of everyone. But the
Yeah.
reason why I make fun of everyone is because everyone can go fuck themselves.
But that's what we should all aspire to be.
Yeah.
You can make fun of anyone, and it's
But
not
that's
coming from
me.
a place of malice.
What I'm saying is, in your workplace, if you're gonna make fun of someone, make fun of the Swiss, or
Swiss.
something that's more neutral. Because the second you make fun of anyone, you can make fun of Canada, and someone's gonna get offended. But my family fought for Canada. It's like, yeah, I love Canada. I'm in Canada. I'm not. I get what you're saying.
I find the Italians
this was just
don't
a
take
joke.
it well when you tease them.
no, they take it.
No, they take it. I
don't
make fun
think
of
so. I've
Italians
had
all the
some bad
time.
experiences.
Really, what
They-
do
they-
you use as a?
I'm just not that I said something and they got offended, but I saw them become offended like in conversation. I was like, guys, like they're clearly just joking. And they're like, bro, Bro, we're not like that at all, bro.
But when they get aggressive, you pull. Like, what are you gonna do? Another Mussolini? I'm gonna smack you around. Sit the fuck down. Sit down.
You want to get dragged through the square?
Fuck, I was about to say another fucking
Phil's trying to
country.
remember when that happened. He's like, yeah, well, I remember, man. I made fun of them. They got upset. Like I was walking in St. Leonard in front of a cafe that looked a little shady, and I made fun of the people in there, and I almost died.
Hey, what are you in the mafia?
That joke would be funny, except I would never be in St. Leonard.
You know who can't take a joke at all?
You?
Ukrainians.
Ukrainians.
Bro, they cannot look.
No. Ukrainians can take. There's two jokes that Ukrainians refuse to take. Ukrainians do not like to be called Russian.
This is gonna be good.
They do not like.
That's true.
Yeah, and they do not like to be reminded of how hot their women are.
They don't like that?
I don't know why they
I
don't.
would love that if I was
I remind them
Ukrainian.
all the time, and they don't like it.
They don't like
They're like,
that.
we're more than that. I said, yeah, no one's
Sure,
debating that, but you're
sure.
also that.
I find the Romanians have an excellent sense of humor if you tease them, unless you call them a gypsy. Vampire, fair game. Call them gypsy, they're super
Yeah, but nobody
offended.
likes to be called a gypsy. In fact,
Especially
many
them.
gypsies are like, don't remind me.
Well, which kind of gypsy? Like the Peaky Blinders gypsy, where
No,
you
like
become
a
a
real
gangster
like,
overlord?
No, I
or-
mean like a real gypsy.
I see.
Like a Roma person.
Like you remember in Seinfeld, the Ukrainian guy in the subway, he got very Ukraine is not joke. Ukraine is joke to you because they're playing Risk. Yeah, he smashes the board.
Well, the Serbs have a good sense of humor unless you remind them that they love to kill Muslims.
Yeah, you can't.
They don't like that so
They don't.
much.
Yeah, they don't like Muslims
Don't
talking
speak
to them.
of
Yeah,
this.
The Serbs aren't fans of the Muslims. That's
Shut
true.
up and eat Lukanko.
Yeah, Lukanko.
Lukanko.
Everybody. Yeah, most places have their own thing.
Have you ever had Lukanko? Or is that Bulgarian? How to pronounce it?
Even
It's
Lithuanians,
it's like
bro.
salami kind of. It's interesting.
Luxembourg does not like to be reminded that it is in Europe.
What about Hungary?
Really?
Hungary just doesn't like to remember that they used to be like relevant. We used to have a big sure, with Austria. We remember.
Austria, no, forget
Sure,
them.
buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bulgarians, they get upset if you
They
remind
don't
them.
have a good sense of humor
Yeah.
about anything. Like you start talking shit and they're like,
Yeah,
no.
you know you're pretty treacherous, right? Shut the fuck up! they don't like that. They don't like to be reminded of their treacherous ways. Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. Yeah,
Turks don't have a good sense of humor about it. They don't.
it depends which ones.
I guess.
Yeah, the coastal ones.
Yeah, the coastal ones are
Super
pretty
cool.
fucking cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
coastal
super
Turks?
chill.
yeah.
As soon as you start to go inland, whoo.
Yeah, inland you can't even say the word genocide around them. Like genocide, fake news.
As soon as you go they
Yeah.
start losing it.
Yeah.
Did you see the defense minister of Turkey? They released a tweet that fucked them over because they're like, because people started recognizing the genocide of the Armenians. So he goes, we don't agree with the recognition of this genocide, and then like people like me tweeted, the recognition of what now? Because they normally they don't even say the word genocide. They go, it never happened. But now they acknowledge it. They're like, no, we don't agree with this genocide. Like, the what now? And then they deleted their tweet.
Oh,
Really?
the Haitians are pretty cool.
The
Haitians
Haitians
are cool,
pretty
yeah.
They don't
Anybody
give a-
who's been through a lot of shit.
Yeah, and they love it when you speak when you say like Creole insults.
Yeah.
and you do.
But that's not what we're
don't
talking
know
about.
if they love it.
That's not what we're talking. We're talking about being made fun of, not making fun with them. Everybody loves you using their language.
All of the Africans I've met, like African immigrants, they've had a great sense of humor. Like
That's true.
they have, they really have. A little. I mean, sometimes it
South
depends.
Africans are very
Consider
touchy.
The
No.
Maghreb area is African as well because the North Africans they don't take jokes like a.
No, when I
like
say
a
Africa,
Moroccan-
I
Oh, like
mean,
Algerians? No, Algerians
Yeah,
can't
no,
take it.
actually, I
North
called
Africans.
an Algerian coworker once a gypsy, and he took it very personal.
They don't even have gypsies in Algeria. Algeria is it's Algerians. What I've noticed is it's hit or miss. It's either someone with a full sense of humor, like fuck yeah, let's make fun. Like I have messages from Algerian fans. They're like, I like it when you make fun of Algerians.
I mean, that's my.
and then you have other guys. They're like, you said the word Algerian. What does that mean? What does that mean? And they freak out.
Yeah,
like,
what
they-
did you
I've
mean by that?
had,
You remember that message you
yeah,
got?
yeah. What did you mean by that? Like they're just so some
I've had
people
good
are.
experiences with North Africans because they're my go-to. Like the way he has the Swiss, if something bad happens, I'm like fucking North Africans. Like that's my go-to. Because 9 times out of 10, if you went to Future Shop or you bought some electronics or somebody called you about your bell service, it's a North African guy.
The only people that have asked me to make fun of them is
They've
Greeks. though.
asked?
Yeah, Greeks are the only one. You know,
We don't
Why-
get roasted
why-
well.
Why you don't make fun of Greeks? I do make fun of Greeks just whenever I get the chance.
Yeah.
You know, you make fun. Why you don't make fun of Greeks? No, I make fun of Greeks
This
too.
never-
You just,
this
you
is
just
real?
have- yeah. Even my mom said, "How come on stage I don't make fun of Greeks more?" I said, "No, when I get the opportunity, but I don't want to be known because I'm
What are you
Greek."
talking about? You had jokes
all-
about.
That's one joke, bro. Again,
Yeah. That's a good joke,
It's a great
though.
joke.
It's a great
But
joke.
again, he jumps in like a malaka to ruin my flow. So
No,
the
your
thing
flow
is,
is fine.
because I'm Greek, if I always talk about Greeks, then I would just become an ethnic comic, a Greek.
Yeah, you
I don't want
want
that. That's the only reason. So when there's a good
sometimes-
roast, like the one that you guys are thinking of, that was a
Yeah,
good
that
joke.
was a fucking
That's
great
why I
joke.
do it. When it's a good joke, I'll do it.
I remember seeing that live. That was a great joke.
That's a great joke. Yeah.
But no, all these like my dad sends me always like Greek ethnic Greek comics like Tsaruka.
Israel doesn't like it when someone talks about Palestine. Oh, I thought you said Pantelis.
You will not speak of him.
The Israelis.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah, the Israelis don't have a sense of humor
it.
about Palestine. That's true. Yeah.
About Palestine, no. No, I
No,
mean,
but
in
in
general,
general-
they don't seem to have.
Yeah,
a
in
very
general,
good, they
the
don't like it.
Israelis don't.
Palestinians seem to have more of a sense of humor about it.
Palestinians are cool. I had a very close, a very good friend that was Palestinian, super cool dude.
Yeah, they have more. You know, because they're going through shit,
You know what I
so
always,
they could laugh. Yeah.
You know what's funny? I feel like I don't know how to say this. As Greeks, we have carte blanche to make fun of more people. I mean, not maliciously, but in jest, than most other cultures.
Why?
Because there's so many cultures around us that feel kinship towards us. I mean, minus the closest one, but everyone else, for the like, nobody hates Greek people.
Yeah.
Nobody meets you. They're like, ugh, you're
Turks.
Ethnic Albanians, nationalist Turks, nationalist Bulgarians,
But you're looking at
Skopjans that want to be
You're
Greek.
looking at specific sections of population. I mean, in general, you mean an Italian, we have a lot in common.
Oh, yeah.
You mean an Albanian, whether you like it or not, we have a lot in common.
A lot, yeah.
Everyone in the Balkans, we have a lot in common. You go to North Africa, we have a lot in common. Lebanese, a lot in common.
They're not North African. Lebanese, we have the most in common with in
Yeah,
that whole
that's
region.
true.
Lebanese and Syrians.
Yeah, I'm not considering them the same thing. That's why I said Lebanese, Syria.
Yeah.
It's Lebanon, nicest part of Syria. I love that part of Syria. Then
The travesty in the north that likes to call itself Macedonia.
he said that already. I mean, but even them, we
Skopje, I
have a
wouldn't give
lot
them
in
that
common.
name because I'm not a fool like you.
I didn't give it to them. I said
Shame
that
on your
likes-
family, bro.
We have a
Shame.
lot in common
I
with
said
them.
that
Called
I
likes
hope
Greeks.
your
to-
parents disown
I
you.
did-
Stop
I did
talking.
not call
He's
them
talking.
that.
Don't
I
jump
did-
in.
I said that-
You're
that
popping
they-
in
they
like
like to call
Yeah, yeah.
themselves.
Stop. Go on.
The other Mediterranean European countries. I mean, there's a lot in common.
Yeah.
But then you look at like France and England, which I mean technically have a lot in common, and they're like, no, very, very different. Our cultures are so different.
No, but they fuck with each other. They're fine.
But-
They joke with each other.
yeah, but
back
they
and
they
forth.
waged war forever.
But those were like shitty Franco-English wars. Like,
I
oh, my
guess.
tea is getting cold. Like, these aren't real wars. You know, these aren't. We had fucking wars, bro.
The Balkan
We had
Wars.
wars.
The Balkan
But look at
Wars-
us, Persians, for example. We fought
That was a long
and
time ago.
hated the Persians for forever, but there was always a respect. There was a mutual respect.
Honor.
And even now, we like Iranians.
I like Iranians.
like 'em.
Yeah. Even with them, we have a lot of cultural.
We have a lot of cultural back and forth, so we still like them.
I mean, all the countries that were part of the Ottoman Empire share a lot culturally because we exchanged so much.
No, I'm
Those
talking
free
from before.
borders.
If you look at the history,
I mean,
they
the
shared.
histories.
Yeah, we had there was people that would move from Greece that would go to Persia, learn, become citizens, hang out. Same thing, vice versa. Like the cultures were intermingle a lot, mutual respect, as they call it. Yeah.
This got weird in the chat.
What happened?
Serbians love Greeks. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, of
we
course.
committed atrocities together,
Yeah.
so now we're bros for life.
High five.
And then we love hairy dude and woman. Alberto, I don't know what you're saying. Okay, thank
Little
you.
thin to make such a large generalization that Serbians love Greeks. No, Serbians like Greeks. Serbians like Greeks. Yeah, Greeks
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Serbians. Yeah, we intermarry a lot. They
I
like each
remember
other.
this
yeah.
great joke I had heard once about the Balkan Wars. I don't remember the whole joke, but the premise was.
Oh wait,
that-
is Gary mad at one of the jokes? Is that what he's saying?
What,
You
what?
can. That's part of the beauty of jokes. I'll generalize all I want.
what did Michelle said?
What did she say?
Have you met a lot of Israelis? I have actually. Yeah.
I have a lot of Jewish friends, actually. I've been to
No,
Israel.
no, we're not saying Jewish friends. We're saying Israelis from Israel.
I knew a couple of Israelis. They have
I've known a few
funny
Israelis,
accent.
Yeah. They have a fun accent, yeah. Hebrew is so interesting how they revived a dead language.
I don't know about that.
It's so cool. Nobody spoke Hebrew for like thousands of years. They stopped using it.
Really?
It fell into disuse because of other languages that were popular. And when the Jewish state became a state, they're like, I mean, we use it for like temple service. So let's fix this. Let's all use this. And they're like, okay. And within like 5 years, everyone had learned Hebrew.
What a pain in the ass to learn a new random language just in your life as an adult.
So
You're
interesting.
like, now this is the official language. Like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah, but I was speaking. Yeah, what do they speak? Yiddish.
Yiddish.
Most of them spoke Yiddish. Yeah, the North European.
You know a lot about the Jews.
I know a
sir.
lot about the Yiddish.
Interesting.
Yeah, I find their history very interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah, the Yiddish. That's what they're called in the Netherlands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
Yiddish.
I
Like
got a
Ajax.
jet.
Get out of here.
Oh,
Ring him up. Ring him up. Before you go, guys, there's a
Like
new
Mussolini.
episode. There's a new episode of Just Us Dads.
Daddy.
Popping this week. Check it out. Links in the description. George Adidas, he's got 2 good podcasts. One of them is the Backstage Podcast. He interviews people of interest, and he asks them hard-hitting questions with limitations. Obviously, he does not like to offend people.
Yeah.
George, unlike the rest of
Such
us,
as?
is not a psychopath.
What kind of questions?
Huh? It's none of your goddamn business. It's private
where's your
information.
QR code?
You gotta
Where are
watch.
the Jews you are
Where's
hiding?
the QR code? So that's the kind of questions he asks in those interviews. But also, he is one of the hosts of the #1 dad-related podcast on planet Earth. It is Just Us Dads, a podcast by moms for dads. They talk about everything. Gay parenting, gay childrening. They talk about straight childrening as well. They talk about your kids suffering anxiety, your kids getting bullied at school. They talk about a teacher that is too good, a teacher that's not good. They talk about distance learning. They talk about all the stuff that you might be curious about because you have children, your children are adjacent, or you're a little too interested in children, which questionable. But it's a great show. It's fun to watch them riff-raff about their families. They're all good dudes. Just Us Dad. Subscribe. They're available everywhere. They're on the YouTube. They're on the Spotify. They're on the Apple Podcast. They're on the Google Podcast. If you get your podcast from a legitimate source of podcasting, Just Us Dads is on there. Check out Just Us Dads. Link to George in the description. Thank you, G.
Ciao, bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Later.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
I love making fun of everyone. It's
too.
a good
It's
time. I
always
feel
fun.
like that's what's going to bring the world
I
together.
do it from a place of not hostility, but like
No, you're not.
Kinship,
You're not
you know?
German or anything. Yeah. So, other news.
you know what I enjoy on that same topic. I like when I know more about someone's culture than they expected me to know,
Oh,
and I'll make like a deep cut reference that's supposed to be funny, like that Syria Lebanon bit that I always and fucking the Syrians love it. The Lebanese are like, bro, how you know we hate that so much? I'm like, how could you know? Like, that's the best. You catch them off guard. You make like a really like obscure like Transylvanian reference to Romanian. They're like, who is telling you this?
who tell you about Vlad?
Yeah, faci, kurva. They just get mad.
Yo, I got something to bring up.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a documentary series on Netflix. It's called The Sons of Sam. Remember the Son of Sam, the moiderer?
Yeah.
Okay, very interesting. I learned a lot watching the documentary. I'm not done yet, but I was watching last night.
You're not done learning about how to commit the same atrocities, or
Oh, I know how to commit those atrocities. There's something interesting that I noticed. So right now, if you look at videos from New York, I don't know if you're on the Twitters very much.
hang on. This is throwing. Why is this up? Take this down.
Yeah, what's wrong?
I have no reason to have an American flag flying behind me.
We haven't done anything.
You're anti-American.
I'm not anti-American, but I'm not American.
I decided to just switch it up
All right.
instead of putting the morning show.
Okay, put it up. Who
Let
gives
it
a
be.
shit?
Let it be known.
I like it. USA. Anyways, so now that we're talking about the USA, so a lot of videos coming out of New York, and you know how they had the whole defund the police, they were restructured. There's a lot less cops, a lot more crimes. There's videos, especially Asian people.
Surprising.
Asian people are getting the shit kicked out of them by black guys. That's what they're showing a lot.
Specifically by black guys.
Specifically black guys, yeah. But you're not supposed to mention it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But I did because I'm
That's fine.
trying to tell people the truth here. So, but I'll tell you what's interesting about this. They're trying to make it seem like black people are disproportionately right now like just
Endowed?
criminals. They're
Oh,
destroying New
my
York
bad.
City. However, but this is what I found out looking at that documentary and then going back into that time on the Googles. And so in the 70s, 75, 76, same shit was happening because it was right after a recession. People were suffering, just like how New York is suffering now. Same shit. Random beatings in the street. People were getting beat up like they're doing
People
now.
are mad. They're desperate.
Random beatings, robbery, stabbing, shootings. But a lot of the people, most of the people I think that were getting caught and they were in the news were white. Do you know why? Because it doesn't matter. It's the population that lives there, right? When they're fucked up, they're going to do fucked up things. You get it?
So you're saying if there's more black people living in that neighborhood,
Then you're
black
going to
people-
see the crimes disproportionate. That's what
mean,
it is.
that
It has
doesn't
nothing-
seem like a
because the
stretch. That makes
same
sense.
thing was happening in 70s. And then you look at the interviews and it's mostly white guys like, yeah, fuck that guy. So I just want to the same shit that's happening now. Like, yeah, fuck that Asian lady, Corona, whatever the fuck they're saying. It's the same thing. So it's just people being the dummies. Or I guess at the end of their wit, I guess they're angry with the lockdowns and money's bad and this and that.
People are frustrated. They're
History repeating itself. But the news, right? They cause racial tensions because instead of being like, look, guys, we've been through this. You know, the 70s, people get. You know, people. Instead of saying that,
Not
they're
those
saying
people.
Asian hate crime. This guy, his description is a black. So all you
mean,
see
there's
is
definitely
black
been
guys
some-
hitting Asian, black guys hitting. So then you're like, oh fuck, look at them, they're going crazy.
There have been some Asian hate crimes though
are-
recently.
I- I never said they're not. I just said there are.
disproportionate to last year.
Yeah, but I never said they're not. What I'm saying is it's not because they're black guys that they're doing it. What I'm saying is people at the end of their wits.
Oh yeah.
At the end of their wits right now, so crazy shit's happening. They're taking out their frustrations on people. But they did the same thing in the 70s. They did the same thing every time there's a crisis and people aren't working and they're gonna do crazy shit. It has nothing to do with their ethnicity. Right now, the two ethnicities that are on the forefront, black and Asians, let's say, that are on the forefront is because of what's happening in the world, because of, let's say, coronavirus, so they're taking it out on every Asian, and because disproportionately they're getting fucked over, they don't have jobs or whatever, so they're frustrated. That's why, but it's not because Because if you put a white guy in there, it would have been the same fucking thing. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I was
You go
watching,
back a couple of years, the same shit was happening in the same fucking city with different people.
It's just a cycle, man.
Yeah.
I was watching this comedian, Nigel. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. It's like NG. He's Malaysian.
Okay.
He's from the UK, and he does this character Uncle Roger that like criticizes Asian cooking by white people. It's pretty funny. Like it's an ethnic comedy thing, but it's amusing. And he was talking about how he goes, I'm walking home, and some guy just came up to me and just yelled coronavirus. So he got punched in the face. The guy was like wailing on him.
It's crazy.
I was like, shit is actually happening.
Yeah, this shit's happening. Dude,
how
I see
stupid
videos.
do you need to be?
I see videos all the time because look, so right now the system there is, and again, the 70s, same thing. So the system right now is teetering, okay? So there's not enough jobs, there's not enough social workers, there's people, there's crazy, so they had a little, they weren't putting people in jail. They weren't putting people in jail, and they had this, what is it? They took out this bail reform law that they had where normally you have to pay bail to get out, but now people could just walk out.
What?
Yeah, it was very weird. Like the shit's happening in New York last year. It's fucking weird what's going on. So you have a lot of people with mental problems that are walking the streets that there's
What do you
nowhere
mean
to
you
put
just
them.
walk out of jail.
Yeah, there was I have to read it
Like
again.
a revolving door system.
It was almost a revolving door system. Yeah, depending on the crime of what you did, and because paying bail, I think, was racist considered.
How is
So
paying bail racist?
I don't know. I didn't make the law.
No, I mean, what was their excuse?
I don't remember, but it was all dumb.
Oh, that's
but
pretty fucking stupid.
anyways, it's just so there's a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, there was two Asian women. There was two Asian women that got attacked with a hammer in Times Square.
Yeah, I saw the two Korean shop owners that the guy was beating them in the head with a brick. I saw the video of that. Yeah, it was hard. Yeah,
That's fucked up, man.
yeah. They owned the store. He came in.
remember
He started.
seeing something
He was on
crazy
top of one
last
of them.
night. What was
Yeah.
it?
So, anyways,
I wanna talk
so a
about it
lot of
today.
crazy shit is happening. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But this not only has happened in New York before and will again when time is tough, it happens all around the world in different places. What I'm trying to say is, even though they're trying to portray it, they're trying to make you think that it's
As a race
yeah,
war?
like a race is the problem. It is not, because it happens everywhere, and people are different races, different religions. It's when you put human beings in fucked up conditions. You remove laws, you remove cops. This is the kind of shit that happens when people are at the end of their wits.
No.
So don't fall for that trap. Because what that trap's trying to do to you is trying to show you, like, look, they're the problem. No, the problem is the people on top. The problem is the fucking government not doing their fucking job. But they're trying to hide that. They're trying to divert your attention. So you think your neighbor is the problem.
No.
Your neighbor is not the problem. The idiots you voted for are the fucking problem. And they'll use your neighbor. They'll use you when they can. They'll start a race war. They'll start a whatever fucking war to distract from their shortcomings. That's all it is. That's the message I wanted to get across. Because when I was watching that, that's the first thing I noticed. I had to pause and then go Google start. I was like, interesting about the 70s, right? Similar. It's showing the videos and they're talking about it the same way people are talking about New York City today.
Really?
Yeah.
And they were white.
Yeah. Well, a lot of crimes, but they're everybody. I'm just saying
Yeah.
now it's because of everything that happened. You see more Asian, black, and stuff, but it's nothing to do. Same thing was happening when there was a struggle in the 70s. So it's just people when they're struggling and there's turmoil. This is what's going on, frustration. It's like a
Nothing that's happening
like a
right now.
kettle.
Well, in
except-
Montreal too, there's been a rise in.
yeah, everywhere,
violent
everywhere.
crimes.
And here it's not as bad as New York. Here we're not going through shit as bad as New York. So just
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah.
Just imagine. That's what I'm saying.
Imagine we're going through the same shit in New York.
I mean, look, nothing that's happening is that groundbreaking, earth-shattering new. People are depressed. People are desperate. People are suffering,
Yep.
and they're lashing out what they perceive to be parts of the system. I mean, it's a tale as old as time.
Yeah.
It really is.
Not
But
just the system.
the
Sometimes
only
it's
thing
just
that's
their own
different
neighbors.
now is that normally we'd go from this down period because we're at the bottom of it. I mean, I don't even know if we're at the bottom. I don't know if we've touched rock bottom yet.
I don't know.
We're almost
This is
there.
not rock bottom.
I
It
think we're
feels
almost
like it's
there.
rock bottom, but it
It's
might not
not.
be.
It's not.
The only
trust me.
difference is normally when a society goes to rock bottom or a culture hits rock bottom, there's a very specific like zeitgeist moment. Is that the right term?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Yeah,
Black
there's a
Swan
moment
event?
in the
A Black
zeitgeist.
Swan event. Is that what it is? Anyways, there's a moment where things turn because something happens. Here, that moment may be suppressed by the fact that the virus, even when it's gone, will us, ever know when it's gone?
No.
That's what worries me, that like a lot of the stuff that have become commonplace because of this pandemic, once the pandemic's under control, they may be like, you know what, this was working for us.
Well, that's what I said last year. I said
Yeah.
be careful when they try to take away rights because the government never
I'm not
wants to give those
specifically
back.
talking about rights. I'm just talking about stuff like, for example, the idea, the rise of online shopping. Okay, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but what happens to these businesses that lived off of the mall?
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, this is a weird example. I just drew the first thing that came to mind. But so, like, all these small businesses, when other, like, remedial jobs, more dangerous jobs, lower paying jobs become, completely modernized and automated, which I mean, I understand the problem it will create in society, but it's also necessary to some extent.
Yeah.
What happens if you can't just be an entrepreneur and open up a retail shop now? Where do these people go in society? What do they do? How do they contribute? How do they build a life for themselves?
Me and my tailor had a conversation about this yesterday.
Yeah.
We had a conversation about how, because they're squeezing everyone. Let's say he's a tailor, he's been doing it for 50 years, whatever the fuck is 40 years, 20 years, whatever the fuck it is. It's a lot of years. What do you want if you eliminate that now? You're like, no, you can't do it now. You have to shut down. What do you want someone who spent his whole life learning a skill, a trade? What, at 50 something, they're going to go back to school and learn something else? What do you, and as something that you close down, like these shops and everything, if there's no weddings, if there's no proms, then suits you normally need. People aren't even going to work. They just work from home.
I mean, we're planning the baptism for the little one, and Anna's like, you need a suit. I'm like, I gotta wear a suit.
It's weird.
She's like, yeah. I'm like, can I just wear like jogging pants?
We're 8 people.
Yeah, the idea that, and she's like, no, you're gonna buy a new suit. It's a baptism. I'm like, oh, buy a new suit in a pandemic. Like, it just seems, I'm gonna do it, but it just seems banal, and random. Go to your tailor.
Yeah.
I buy cheap off the rack suits, man. Fuck that. I wear them twice and they're ruined always. Who cares? I'm not gonna spend money on a suit.
Did you come with me last time to the tailor?
No.
It's a good dude.
Yeah? I'd love to get a fitted suit.
Spiro's guy.
Hey? Well, now he's my guy too,
No,
bro.
but he was Spiro's
fucking
guy.
Romanelli. That's where you go. Yeah.
I'd love to get a
You're gonna you should make a custom suit. He does custom suits. You were showing me examples yesterday. He made this guy, bro, this beautiful inside it had like this.
I'm really not
looked
impressed
amazing.
by suits at all.
And then he even made him same matching custom mask. So when the guy goes, he wears a.
Really?
Yeah, it looked
That's
cool.
cute.
It was like Conor McGregor type stuff. I said,
Oh, shit.
Yeah, when everything starts opening up and stuff, and I lose a little bit more weight, I want to go make a custom suit.
Yeah.
My father-in-law was not a tailor,
wanna
but a
do
suit
one.
designer that was what he did for his whole life. He worked for big companies like DKNY and he designed their suits.
You know
he used to go to China and see how the slaves made the suits and all that, but he would draw them out first.
You know which one? I have a design, multiple designs in mind. One of them that I want to do is double-breasted, royal blue suit with gold buttons.
So you're going to have a ship or a country club meeting? It's very specific.
Yeah.
Like anchor gold buttons with the anchor on them.
No anchor.
No anchor, just a Poseidon.
Just
You should find ancient Greek
trident.
coins that look like Poseidon. Oh, that works too. That
trident.
works too, which looks like an anchor upside down.
When you open it up, you should have tridents in it.
Yeah, that too.
Ooh.
Oh,
I
that
like
too. You didn't think of that. I just told you that.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
agreeing. No, but what I was
I
gonna
know.
say is, my father-in-law, his whole family, they have this suit culture because that's what he did, right? And it's an art form. It
But
is.
a gold lining.
Okay, you're still talking, but I think suits are so silly.
Suits are everything.
I remember the first time he met me was at an event, and he opened my jacket up to look up the lining of my suit. Not the brand, the lining.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, why is this guy? What's he doing? And my wife's like, well, she was my girlfriend. Then she's like, your dad's a suit designer. I'm like,
Interesting.
I paid $40 for this jacket. I gotta close it. I was embarrassed, but at the same time, I hate it. Every time I've only ever put on a suit twice in my life where I was like, damn. And one was my tuxedo for my wedding.
I have one suit that I got years ago that I've worn 3 times total. That looks good on me, but because you wear it so not often, by the
Yeah.
time I wear it again, either
Doesn't fit.
you lost weight or you gain weight.
Yeah, me too.
Nah. Yeah, I lost a lot of weight, so all of my
I
suits, I had
bought,
to throw pants out.
Last year when my sister got married, Anna was buying a dress for the wedding, and we were in the store, and I saw this deep burgundy suit, and I was like, the whole suit. I was like, that's interesting. And I was like, try it on. I was like, whatever. So I tried. It's the only time this ever happened in my life. I came out in it, wearing it just with a t-shirt under, and I was like, we need to buy this. She goes, we need to buy this right now. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, this is fucking expensive. And normally I'd be like, no, I'll be like, I don't care. I'm buying
It looked that good.
I look that good.
I want him maybe later to make me a custom jacket that I'll be able to wear on stage. And when I open up the lining, I can have the
Says, "Please
podcast
be
logos
offended."
and stuff like
Yeah.
that. It'll look,
Like a blazer.
yeah, like a nice blazer.
blasé.
Because
It's
Chappelle
blasé.
has his own custom jacket too with his fucking Chappelle.
I like
thing
his
here.
jumpsuit. You should make a jumpsuit. The one he wore on that Netflix special.
No, I wouldn't
You'd
look
look
good
hilarious in a
jumpsuit.
jumpsuit.
I would look disgusting.
Yeah, probably. A jumpsuit seems like a hassle. What if you got to poop?
I don't want to lose my train of thought. We gotta go back to Son of Sam's documentary.
I thought you
Fun
were done
documentary
with that.
about David Berkowitz. So a lot of shit I didn't know
Berkowitz.
before. A lot of I thought that was an open and shut case. Turns out, might not.
Really? I
Yeah.
did not know this.
Yeah, there's some interesting stuff. And it's so creepy when they read the notes that he had sent to the cops. Just that he would describe, he goes, I am, the son of Sam, and, I'm going to kill again. This is what he told me. Like as if he's possessed, like as if he's talking. And then his excuse was that he was talking to a 6,000-year-old demon that was talking to him through the dog. And and he goes, it doesn't matter if you put me in jail. There's more sons out there. He talks to other people. I was like, this is like horror movie shit. This is
crazy
crazy.
person.
Yeah.
I mean,
Jesus.
maybe they just never looked at it literally. Maybe the real son of Sam killer, they should be looking for a man whose father's name was Sam.
No, David Berkowitz was there, but then that's
just
him.
joking.
But the other guy that's with him, his father was Sam.
Oh, was he?
That's the whole thing. And then that guy, when they did a shitty job, the cops didn't do it in New York. You know, they're not known for. They're known for being called the best cops, but they're not the best cops.
They love donuts.
Yeah. So they didn't do their fucking job. They basically, when they arrested Berkowitz, they never continued looking at the evidence, because all the sketches, the people who saw him shooting people's heads off, blowing people's heads, all the sketches didn't look like him when they caught him. Even though he admitted to it, didn't look like Berkowitz. But you know who it did look like when they looked? His fucking neighbor and friend who they grew up with together, whose father's name was Sam. And they have like a family crest together, the two, and they have both their names on it. It looked like that guy. So the eyewitness, and then that guy, when they finally decided to look at it, he had been deaded. Yeah. So there's all kinds of like fucking.
He became deaded, huh?
He became deaded.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. All kinds of cool shit. But the cops fuck around like that. They just wanted to parade a victory around the
Yeah,
city.
they're like, look what we did. Everyone was scared. We made you safe now.
Yeah, but they didn't.
It's a PR play, right? Like, I mean, I understand it to some extent, but at the same time, if you're
Keep
not
doing your
actually
job.
catching anyone.
Yeah, keep doing your fucking
Yeah.
job, stupid.
Also, if you tell everyone you caught the killer who you're pretty sure you didn't, that means that
No,
people
but
will
he's
stop
one of
being
it. Was
vigilant.
basically the whole point is that there's
No,
Berkowitz.
I mean in general, because they do this often.
Yeah.
Like, well, they'll be like, we got him.
Well, they did to our guy here. What's his name? Kamara.
Wait, what happened with him?
They
Kamara.
They falsely
Accused him.
accused him
and imprisoned him.
Imprisoned him. Yeah.
That was the most fucked up story. They had video evidence. They're like, we see the guy here. It's clearly not him, but it's him.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
By the way, that's why they call the cops here racist. That's shit like that.
They can't tell black people apart.
Yeah, it's like, but you could see that it's not the same
They
black
can
guy.
see.
Oh, you could see maybe. Like it's like they're.
If that was the truth, it'd be less sad than the real truth, which was they
No, the
didn't
real
do their
truth is
job.
that they had video. They had video and they still kept him.
that
Like
what
there's
happened?
video. Like it's not him. They're like, well, easy for you to say. Like they're fucking idiots, man.
Gary, I was thinking the exact same thing when he said it, by the
Mm.
way. Deadite. I was like, Evil Dead's a good movie.
Aren't they making remaking that? I think.
I mean, they made Ash versus the Evil Dead as
the
a
show.
series.
Is that good? It feels low budget.
It was campy. It was fun, though. But I love the Evil Dead series. Like, when I was a kid, I used to watch it all the time. I'd be so fucking scared with his boomstick.
It's a boomstick.
Army of Darkness is great, though. Like, the third one, which most people hate, is fantastic, where he time travels.
Let me ask you, how high do you put up your socks?
As high as they go. And they slowly come down during the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
I'm just curious how people wear their socks.
Anna gets mad at me because I walk around in my underwear with my socks pulled up as high as I can.
No. If I'm not wearing pants, the socks have to either be low. They have to be low. It looks too weird if your socks are high. But like right
But
now.
that's the point. It looks strange.
Black socks have to be high.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
White socks low.
White socks low. I don't care. White, black. I only have 2 colors of socks, and they're as high as they go. Those are ankle socks. I don't like ankle socks with pants on.
Yeah.
I
It's,
feel
that,
that
that's,
my jeans
that's,
touch my
that's
ankles. It makes me feel funny.
Yeah, I have to wear ankle socks. I'm wearing shorts or something.
Yeah, if
But
you're
like
wearing shorts,
right now,
that's different.
Poseidon, say I'm lift my pants up for you, Poseidon, so I can be sexy for you.
Oh.
You see, this is how high they're going. Is that
Baby,
normal?
don't forget you're on
That's
that
average
wide.
height.
They can see those sexy ankles.
Oh, hopefully.
Oh,
Well, they can't see my ankles. They can see my calves right now. But yeah,
No,
Less
that's-
sexy.
That's fine.
that's fine, right? It's like a good height.
I mean, I didn't realize. I never really thought about it. I wear them as high as they pull up.
You just tighten them all the way
I pull
up.
them up, and throughout the day, they just kind of. Then you pull them back
You
up.
could do
again
like
if
a
they bother
Japanese
you.
schoolgirl. Do you roll the top?
No, why?
and roll it
Why
down?
would I do that?
You wear thigh highs.
Yeah, bro.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
I have garters on to keep my socks up. Feeling sexy all the time.
You know what's sexy with the bitches wearing thigh highs?
bitches went thighs.
Go on.
Bro, is that little extra bit of fat that comes out over the top when it's super tight? I don't know why that's hot. Like
You mean skin?
from their thighs? The extra bit of
Like
Skin.
a thigh muffin top.
yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
skin.
Okay. I mean, that was a weird non sequitur,
yeah, the
but
way
it was
he
also
said-
creepy.
The way he said it was creepy.
You
Yeah.
know, you know what's sexy about bitches and thigh highs, bro?
Actually, oh, fuck.
You should see how he's sitting, too. He's sitting like a disgusting degenerate.
Yeah, bro.
Fucking legs agape.
You're. If you weren't so lazy, you would be the new David Berkowitz,
Who's David Berkowitz? Oh, the guy you were
son of
just-
Sam. Yeah,
oh.
we were just talking
Why
about.
would
You'd
I-
be the son of Salami.
Son of salami.
That'll be 100% you.
I am the son of salami.
Because we're looking here in Quebec. We're looking for serial killer, son of Ham. He leave us message.
Or son of Galagoo.
What? Did you just make like an old reference to
It
the
didn't- but
gabagool?
he couldn't get why Salami and Ham worked with Sam. So he just look at the
I think
embarrassment.
ham works
Look at
less good than salami
No,
personally.
son of Sam, son of ham.
I like
It
Sam.
works.
I know. I get why it works.
They
but
both
son
work.
of salami works better.
They both work.
Son of ham is funny.
Son
Son
of
of
gabagool, not so much.
Yeah. He's a serial killer if the cereal you're referring to is jokes.
Yeah.
That's what he does, yeah.
Or Rice Krispie Squares.
Yeah.
I mean, he just.
Well, you know how bad all that shit is for you that we ate as
Oh,
kids,
yeah,
like
no
the cereal and
kidding.
stuff.
You know what's really bad for you? Fucking Dunkaroos.
Oh,
They should call those diabetes.
I had
Those
Dunkaroos when I
yeah,
was
they're
a kid.
so good.
Dunkaroo. Oh my god.
I used to just eat the
Dunkaroos.
cream.
The gummy Scooby snacks.
I never
Oh
liked
my
the
God.
gummy Scooby snacks.
Oh, fun fact. You know what's bad for your pets? Pet food.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
Forget what vets tell you. By the way, the vets, all the shit they sell, Pure Can, whatever the fuck, it's because they have a deal. That's why they're selling that type of brand. They say it's good. All that shit is garbage. You know how they say, like, it's approved or whatever? You know what it's approved of? It's basically the bare minimum for
not
it to
be
be
poisoned.
considered edible. Yeah, that's all it is. That's why a lot of these dogs now, for the past
I
20
thought
years,
in
they have all
Canada
kinds of problems.
our pet food guidelines are higher than the States. Like I've read once, I don't know if it's true, that like what's acceptable in like a fast food restaurant for quality in the US
Yeah.
is on the level of pet food in Canada.
Yeah, but they're not that different. The
No.
gap, if you eat, it's basically you're giving your dog McDonald's. They can't handle it. It's not good for your pets. But you could lie to yourself and say whatever the fuck you want and say no, it is or whatever. It's not. I saw
But
scientists
shouldn't you
talking
just
about
give
this.
them random like a bit of meat, a bit of grain, like some eggs, like whatever you think dogs should eat?
I saw. Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I have seen.
I don't have a dog, I
landed
don't
on.
Well, you've seen the difference with my dog.
Yeah, big difference.
Yeah, it's
big difference.
yeah.
And she eats human food.
My dog, yeah, my dog. eats-
My aunts
Bro,
have two dogs
I
and
have
they
seen-
both eat people food too.
I have seen people
Love pasticcio.
make like bowls.
Oh,
for
you've
the-
seen
for
those
the
on TikTok?
pets.
I've seen those too.
Yeah, bro. Some dogs, bro, no lie, they eat better than me.
Yeah, quail eggs and fucking all kinds of stuff
yeah,
around
crazy
meat.
shit, bro.
Yeah, well, I, even at home, like you see the shit that I buy at home, like
Yeah.
I,
You
like
know
I
what's
take-
important?
yeah.
And we're talking about because you were saying about the tailor jobs that disappear.
Yeah,
The butcher.
I go to a butcher.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah.
Where's your butcher?
I feel
Where's
like
your
Butcher
You
Taylor.
have a Greek butcher?
Yeah.
Where? I want a Greek
A
butcher.
little north, yeah. It's the guy who gave me even the arni and stuff for the. There's Greek
Do
butchers
you have a
everywhere.
butcher shop or he works within something else?
No, there's a butcher shop. Yeah.
Really? You
Yeah,
gotta
I'll
tell
give
me
you
after.
3 butcher shops. There's even.
I
you
only know one and it sketches me out on Liège.
Oh, there's Liège too, but Liège I wouldn't go now.
I filmed in there once for a documentary and the guy was making souvlaki and he was eating a Coke at the same time with the same hand.
Oh,
I
I
was
like that. That's
I was like,
hilarious.
how is this guy not dead?
No, it's out of the city. You have to go a bit.
Oh, it's
further out.
north. That's
Yeah.
right. North
By
of
the way,
here.
you said eating a Coke, and I forgot about the Coke, the Greek Coke, and I just pictured a guy eating a can. I was like, what? How do you? Yeah.
Honestly, do other people have Cokes like that Greeks do? Like,
Liège,
it's such a weird
that
donut.
place is how fucking Poseidon's mom got COVID.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh
That doesn't
no, we're not
surprise
talking
me
about
at
that
all.
same place.
Oh, you're not talking about the same place?
I think it's another place he's talking
There's only
about.
one Greek butcher on Liège.
Yeah, there's only one.
Basement there.
Yeah.
The what?
It's in the,
The
back.
basement.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you're talking about the basement.
Yeah.
no,
what are
no,
you
Oh, no,
talking
I'm talking about the grocery store.
That's
Yeah.
still there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still there.
No, I'm talking about the actual butcher.
No.
There's a butcher in the back of the grocery store.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're talking about. No, I'm talking about a place that's strictly a meat place. It's a butcher.
Over there still? No.
Yeah, I don't know if it's
on
still
Liège?
there.
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
I used
There's
to buy
one in Ogilvy.
No, Liège.
No.
Liège. At the corner of Champagneur, I believe. Anyways,
Really?
whatever.
Anyways.
They've been there forever, like years and years. Then mas got mas.
So yeah. So anywho, your dog and your cat, yeah, all that shit's terrible for them. Terrible for them. I was watching one of the best vets.
Oh yeah, Vero knows what I'm talking about.
One of the best vets in the U.S. voted for, I forgot how many years, this guy, and he was the one talking about it. He goes, that's what we do. He goes, it's and then he was showing, he goes, it's bare minimum for it to be edible. He goes, and especially the like the kibble, like the hard stuff, because it needs to basically stay on shelves for a while. And he goes, there's an ingredient, there's something that comes out of it, something that's
shelf life.
poisonous for your dog, but it's not in the ingredients list because they don't add it in when it's kept
It's a
under a
byproduct.
certain. It's a byproduct of it.
Oh,
So they don't even have to mention
That's
it.
sketch.
Yeah, I saw all this kind of shit. Because you know what I was wondering about? I was wondering just how my dog changed. Because in the beginning, that's what we had, right? Dog food in the beginning, she was still fucked up and all that. And forget the level up, but just how it changed after the food, her shit, how everything became normalized, you know?
Yeah.
And then I was like, why aren't more people like doing? But then I realized the vets, not all vets, like, you know what's a good vet? If you have a pet, the emergency 24-hour clinic in the South Shore. They're the best.
Okay.
They're very nice. That's the lady who grooms my dog is there.
Yeah.
They're very, very nice because they care about the pet first. It's not about trying to fleece you for money. But like
I was trying to understand.
my vet where I'm at now, which I'm going to change based on, cause I already didn't like them because they've done some sketchy shit. Like always, they're just trying to squeeze money. They don't give a shit about the animal. And even the other day, so basically I called them up. I go, hey, can I come in? I'll pay. You know, like just normally, just my dog got like a pimple, just want 2 pimples or whatever. I just want to take a look, make sure if I need cream or something. She's like, oh, because it's all crazy. If you want, send us photos. It's like, okay. So I took photos. I sent them in. They call me later. They're like, oh, we saw the photos. I'm like, okay. So does it need cream? Yeah, if you want, we could set up an online consultation. And I go, well, what do you mean? Yeah, I go, yeah. What does that mean? Online, like my dog's gonna talk to you on Zoom. No, like you. And then I go, but I sent you the photos. What more can I do? Okay, so you guys saw them? Yeah. Okay. Well, does it need cream? Is it dangerous? Yeah. If you want, we could do a consultation and tell you
And
what
the
cream.
consultation is
So
$100.
basically, yeah, they just even though they know if the dog needs a cream or not. They're trying to get the consultation. So I go, okay, you know what? No. I called after. I go, no, I don't need a fucking consultation. Because a real person would be like, yeah, we just saw your photos. Fucking put, I don't know, polysporin on it, you know, or go get this. That's what they would do in the South Shore one. They go first with what you need. Like, you don't need this. It's extra. Just do this instead, right? But these fuckers, bro, trying to milk you. First of all, you guys have time for this. Don't you have emergency to deal with? You saw the photos. You know what's up? Just tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dirty, bro. I hate shit like that.
Having a pet must be so expensive.
Yeah, it
Like
gets
I've heard
expensive,
stories
yeah.
from my family members who have dogs. Like they drive out to Cornwall to the vet because they love that vet.
Oh, I wouldn't do that.
It's crazy. I mean, they're between Ottawa and Montreal.
Oh, I thought they were
so-
here.
No, sometimes they're here, but I mean, from Ottawa to Cornwall, it's whatever. It's like 30 minutes.
Oh,
Not
okay,
that
okay.
far.
That's
You
me.
might
I
as
was
well go to
thinking of like
Brossard
me
in
going
traffic.
to, yeah. But anyway, all this to say, be careful because all that dog food and shit is gonna make your big dog food is gonna come down on me
I mean,
now.
I'm never
Fuck 'em.
gonna have a dog, so I'm not concerned.
It's gonna make your long term. It makes them sick. Cancer. They have problems. It's just like a human being. If all they eat is fast food,
Yeah,
okay,
no
they'll
kidding.
survive. But after a while, even if they don't get big, they're gonna start having health problems because you're not
sure.
getting what you need. You're not getting the nutrients that you need. So just be careful with that shit.
My dog and my mom's
They don't
place,
care about your animals. They care about selling products.
Yeah, she eats. She has the regular pet food, but most of the time the dog eats what my mother eats. Chicken. She'll cut up apples. She'll cut
Yeah.
up chicken.
I've even seen improvements in the raw meat people. Like there's the Pure Love dog food people that had done the raw. It's just that my dog's too picky. She stops liking it after a while. But even that was better for her. Her anything. Her bowel
Seems like your
movements.
dog is
my
a little,
mother will boil chicken just for the dog.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Take care of the animals. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I'm not a dog person.
I'm saying if you're gonna have it,
Yeah.
take care of it. Don't just throw it in the side and just
I want to
feed
get a
it to the
tortoise.
garbage.
I've been
I had a
talking-
turtle when I was young.
No, so did I, but I don't want a turtle. I want a tortoise, like the ones that don't need to be in water. They just live in like a terrarium. I think they're so cool. I don't know. I have no house now, so I probably shouldn't buy a pet.
I always wanted an eagle.
They stink.
Tortoises? Turtles smell. The water smells.
Same thing. A tortoise is a big turtle.
Yeah, but it's the water that smells, not the turtle itself.
No, but the turtle, if you just have it walking around, it's gonna be slow. It's gonna be secreting its milk on the floor and stuff. It's disgusting.
Or a pet wolf.
Why you laugh?
The turtle milk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't. Are you thinking of what it's like when Poseidon comes over and just walks around and secretes in your house?
Google turtle milk.
I'm not googling turtle milk.
I'm not.
Poseidon, Google turtle milk.
Fuck.
Tortoise milk, rather.
Tortoise
Why do I
milk,
feel
eh?
like I'm gonna regret this?
I don't know.
Stretchy?
Snakes love it.
I had turtles. It's like it doesn't exist. That's not true. My turtles used to escape, and I had to go looking for them in the house. They would just crawl out of the little fucking aquarium thing, and they'd disappear. Then they became cannibals and ate each other. It was fucking crazy.
What? The turtles?
I had one of those sucker fishes, the ones that clean the tank.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a little black fish that's flat underneath, and it sticks on the glass, and it eats all the turtles' crap, basically. It's like a filter, a living filter. And the turtles, one day, I guess, it was 3 of them. They ganged up. They're like, fuck you, sucker fish. And they fucking killed it.
That's not cannibalism.
No. But after they did that, I guess they got a taste for the kill. They started taking each other out until only one survived.
There's no such thing as turtle milk.
There's no such thing as turtle cannibalism.
Of course there is.
Are you sure?
They the bigger 2 turtles ate the smaller one, and then
What?
the last 2 murdered each other. Like, killed
Why?
one. Only
Were
one
you
survived.
not feeding them?
I was feeding them.
There's no way they did that.
They just became aggressive. Blue waffles.
I don't see any. I'm not googling that.
What's a blue waffle?
Don't.
Do you know? Is that why?
Trust me. I made the mistake of googling it.
Do it.
Oh, I'm never gonna
Incognito,
Google
though,
anything.
eh?
I'm never gonna Google
I'm
anything
not-
they
I'm
give you in
not.
the chat. Yeah.
I'm not
I
doing
want to
that.
know.
If they tuna sandwich, I won't Google.
When I was a kid, I made the mistake of googling lemon party from because one of my friends said Google lemon party, bro, and I googled it. I think I was in high school.
That was a party.
and it scarred me for life. So I will never.
What's that?
What is lemon
It's a
party?
bunch of old men having gay sex.
Oh, okay.
And
Why do they call it lemon party?
I don't know. And I've googled blue waffle before. I regretted it.
Are you sure you weren't looking for blueberry waffle?
Yes.
What if someone wants to make blue waffles?
No. You don't understand.
I feel like this could easily turn.
Blue
I'm
waffle.
doing it.
Blue
It's
waffle is
horrible.
an STD.
Okay, don't even say anything further.
stopping.
But you don't understand the. I'm just gonna stop. It's an STD.
By the way, can
I'm
I
just
get an
gonna stop
STD
right there.
if the toilet if my dick touches the toilet here?
I don't think so.
Because I don't know, man. I don't know about the people that come in here, bro.
I mean, sometimes I find some disgusting situations in there. Most of the time, I tell him, "Bro, you should have fucking."
Yeah, me too. I yelled at
shat
him last
home.
week. He doesn't flush, doesn't he?
I walk in, it just reeks, and he's like, "Oh, breathing heavy behind the stall."
Oh, that's funny when he has to take a huge shit. It's disgusting. But me, I hate is when he doesn't flush and he leaves, and then I gotta tell him, I go, bro, why don't you flush? And then his excuses.
I flush, bro.
No, that would be. I'd kill
Sometimes-
him. This is excuse.
So it happens to me sometimes. Once in a blue moon, I forget. Like sometimes I'll take a piss in my toilet bowl at night and then go to bed. I'm either tired or lazy.
I
or
mean,
thinking
if
of
you're
something
taking a
else.
leak and you forget to flush at night, fine. I mean,
Yeah.
if my wife
Holy
is
shit,
watching,
bro.
but
Gary says I could get hepatitis.
which one, A, B, or C?
No, that's
says A.
No, that's blood,
Shit.
right? That's
Apparently not.
no, that's if you're bleeding.
If my dick is bleeding, I got other problems.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have open sores on your dick and you're dipping it in public toilets,
I
then
don't-
you deserve the STD.
I don't have open or closed.
How do you pee?
No, I mean sores.
Oh, sores. Once in a blue moon, eh? Okay.
Hold on.
I got hungry now, so
How-
lost interest in the show.
What were you gonna say?
you got hungry after we spoke about blue waffles and
STDs. Yeah, that's weird.
That's
I'm hungry.
interesting.
I'm hungry. What can I do?
I lost my appetite.
Yeah? I don't think that's true. I don't think you can lose
You've
your
never
appetite.
lost your appetite.
I can lose appetite.
got the point.
Fuck away, bro.
Yeah, somebody commented on one of the videos on YouTube yesterday and said that fuck you, Pantelis.
Why? You're bullying Poseidon?
No, they told me to go fuck myself because the guy was at the cash, and the cashier asked me if he had a points card, and he started laughing
What?
Oh.
because of the
Oh
points
yeah,
card.
I saw that.
Everyone got that point?
Yeah. Got the point.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, are you okay? Are you okay, dude?
What's up?
Oh shit. Hepatitis A is found in the feces of an infected person.
There you go.
The virus is transmitted when the fecal
Okay,
matter
by the
of
way,
an
just
infected
stop talking for
person-
1 second. I'm gonna give you advice because I will flip the fucking
Have you
table
ever
and punch you in
been
the face.
vaccinated for Hep A?
Don't act like that because the way you screamed and looked at us and looked at the screen made it seem like there was an earthquake and half the island is underwater. Like, calm down.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Calm down.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit! Oh shit, guys! Oh shit, guys! There's a special now at KFC. Like, calm down. Calm down, you fucking dummy.
When was the last time you had KFC?
Oh, high school.
Decades.
Yeah.
When I worked for Pantelis.
I mean, I wasn't asking him because I figured it was sooner.
Yeah. Also, that's not a timeline. You didn't give us a timeline by
Yeah.
saying that. That's, it's
when I
like,
was
when's the last time you had KFC? You know when I had it.
Don't answer that.
7 years
'cause then
ago.
you can be incriminated.
What?
What?
All right, cue the music, Pasizi.
Yep. That was okay.
If you guys enjoyed this goddamn nonsense, be sure to tell your mothers to subscribe and head over to Patreon, patreon.com/Pantelis. As you see, even though I won my appeal with YouTube, you never know what can happen on these digital platforms. Like that. That was unexpected. Dropping his beer water. So here's the thing. Patreon.com/Pantelis. Sign up. Support the nation. Join the nation. You get exclusive content. You get early access. You get access to Discord channels that are only available to the patrons, to the Pantelis nation, as it were. You also have access to In Bed with Poseidon.
I don't know why I did that sound.
That's interesting.
That's interesting.
That's interesting. I like it.
Tell me why you make this. sound
Early
like that.
audio, early video of the Pantelis podcast and the Pantelis Frenchcast. Speaking of which, surprise for the patrons. I know I dropped a couple episodes this week, but I'm not done yet. Today at noon, new episode of the Frenchcast comes out for the patrons with Sam Sear. Over 2 hours of chickadee chatting. So it's good.
At noon?
Huh?
At noon.
At noon. It's right up your noon. Check that out, patreon.com/Pantelis. Don't forget that Poseidon is on Twitch, twitch.tv/DPoseidon69. DPoseidon69 is also his Twitter handle and his Instagram handle. Follow him. Most importantly, report him to the authorities whenever you get a chance. 2 Drink Minimum drops every week. We just re-uploaded the video because there was some kind of an issue with the last 15 minutes. You guys didn't get to see it. So we re-uploaded with the bonus ending as we put in the description yesterday. So you get an extra couple of minutes there. See how we ended the show. We talk about NASA. It's really, as soon as we talk about the flat earth, the video cut, which made people think that it was either a gag or NASA was shutting us up. Even though we were on the side of NASA for that one. So, anyways, me being a NASA shill and all, I'm telling you to go check out 2 Drink Minimum. But most importantly, like I said, guys, patreon.com/Pantelis. That's what's gonna help us keep the lights on, even if YouTube decides to fuck us over. And soon, when things open up, we're back on tour, English and French. We're gonna announce dates as soon as we lock some stuff in. So thank you guys for watching. Tell your friends about this. Happy Friday. We'll be back on Sunday. Go fuck yourselves.